Just starting, mate. Sorry to hear that. I'm just starting.
I have a plan. What sort of plan? A plan that cannot possibly fail.
Will this brilliant plan involve us climbing out of our trenches and walking very slowly towards the enemy, sir?
How could you possibly know that, Blackadder? It's classified information.
It's the same plan that we used last time, and the 17 times before that.
Who are the 17%? Who are they? Who the hell are the 17%? Anybody in here from 17%? Don't raise your hand, it may be dangerous.
Cathay Gazette takes up the cudgels in the fight to end queuing. While the Ministries of Food, Labour and Transport promise action against queues, there arises a woman champion for the housewife, Mrs. Lovelock of Selhurst, a London vicar's wife and originator of the anti-queue movement now sweeping the country.
Here are the world's food headlines. Grain crops in Australasia crippled by drought. Storms clamp down on the whaling season, reducing supply of fats for margarine. European food-producing land still suffering from war's aftermath. Ministry of Agriculture tells farmers it may be worse than in war.
So I think I might have been in Washington 17 times in my life. 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. We had 17 Republicans, plus me. 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, planning it for 17 years.
And I felt one morning especially that it was quite time that we British housewives did something about it.
It would be true to say, Mrs. Lovelock, that you have inspired women to rise against this hangover of war.
Yes, and I do believe that a nationwide rising of the housewives would end this terrible curse of queuing.
If you're tired of queuing or haven't the time, Miss Estelle Kelway will queue for you.
And in the East, it's the same terrible story. Rice means life to these people. That is why Britain stands down and says, we will take no rice this year, for we are stronger than the people who live in dread of famine.
Supposed to be a bad thing, or? All of these things going on, and you know what I mean by that. The fake news, the culture of the world, all of the bad things that went on. The world was swamp. And you know what happened? You know what I did? A big favor. I fought the swamp. I fought them all. 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 I fought them all.
European services of the BBC and through United Nations Radio.
Hello, all cooler aircraft. I'm going to attack, to attack, to attack, to attack.
Hello, and welcome to this 7th edition of Join the Queue. That's a big sigh from someone. Is that you, Steve?
Good evening.
Anyway, welcome to this 7th edition to Join the Queue. My name is Charles Foxtrot, and you can tell that because I've got these on. When I don't have these on, I'm not Charles Foxtrot. Anyway, as usual, I'm joined by Steve, otherwise known as the Maestro.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. And Stu from STU'S News and Patriots Across the Pond. How are you doing?
I've missed you guys.
Are you sat on something sharp?
No, I've got a nice cushion under me, actually. I've got a nice leather chair, but it's too hot to sit in the leather chair, isn't it? I've got a T-shirt on the back as well.
It is, yeah. You don't want to be squeaky. You don't want to be too squeaky. But anyway, it's been several weeks, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
I, for the first time since probably 2019, maybe, end of 2019, I stopped looking at stuff for almost a week. I didn't look at X and I didn't listen. And this is amazing. I did not listen to one X22 show with Dave for about 5 days, which I never thought I'd ever be able to do.
And how was it?
Yeah, easy. I was in Spain and I had loads of jobs to do, and it was bloody hot, and family came with me. Yeah, it was easy and it's good, and we all need to do it. Because this is, a very long-term operation that we're all involved in, and we need to recharge our batteries quite regularly, I think.
Exactly.
We need to switch off for a while.
I do try and recharge my batteries for a couple of hours every day by doing that. Wherever, if I go out for a run or a bike or anything, I'll never take my phone with me. I'll just get away from it all. And
you've got no time to do that. You've got no time to do that, Stu, because you're doing 3 or 4 interviews every day. Huh?
I mean, we're not doing that anymore. We've got Wednesdays off now. We had a little bit of a wind down and all that. Love to release us. Just going through a couple of bits at the moment. So I did the Monday show on my own with Anne van der Steel. That was really well. I miss her, but obviously I'm just holding the fort while things go on. But I just want to say is that next week I will be doing exactly the same as you, Charles, because I am going camping, right? From like Wednesday to Wednesday.
Lord.
I might look at my
I think you meant
right once a day, but I will not be looking at my phone. I will not be uploading anything to Telegram. I will not be watching interviews. I will be having a beer for breakfast and chilling out in the field with my friends.
I don't think you'll cope, do you, Steve?
So you bet on it.
I'll be fine. I was all right last week.
To prove he's wrong, we'll have to be on our own phones the whole day long. So let's just forget it.
Yeah, let's drop it. Let's drop it.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true what you say, Stu, because if you don't take the time for yourself, just to switch off, it's gonna tear you apart because it's you have to now and again you have to take a bit of a distance.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Observe, but don't absorb.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can always catch up, and there's always people who'll step in. We're not I think we get the feeling that we're, fighting a fight, and we're part of an operation one way or other. And if we dip out for a while, then maybe we're letting the team down. But there's plenty of people doing what we're doing, and yeah, I've been burnt out for a long time. So it's great to take a break for a little while. And for
sure.
I mean, I don't even do what you do, Stu. I don't watch too many other things, really. I don't really do as much current sort of groundwork that you do, because I mean, I know there's stuff.
Yeah,
have you seen this? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I do that is because everyone I interview, I want to be clued up with what's going on. The scenario. Yeah. I've got a little routine. I go through my Telegram channel every morning whilst watching or listening to the X22 report out of my right ear. And then I watch maybe Josh Reed Daily Dose. And then if I've got other, free time in the day, I watch some other things, Q After Hours or whatever I want to watch at the time. But I do is say to my good friends in the Telegram chat, because a few of them have got my WhatsApp and stuff, if anything serious, I don't want to know about what's going on, if this might happen, that might happen. But if anything serious goes on, just send me a WhatsApp. When I look at my phone once a day, I can go, oh, Fauci and Bill Gates have been arrested. That's all I need to know,
Yeah. What about you, Steve? How much time are you spending a day researching and watching things and absorbing?
Well, as you might know, my best buddy passed away a few weeks ago, and we did a weekly show of 3.5 hours every week. Everything. What do you call it? It started with Flat Earth 4 years ago. We did our first show on the 15th of August, 2022. It's 4 years ago. We did more than 150 shows weekly. Wow. And it was a hell of a gut punch, that was. It's still surreal that he's not there. But if you ask, in answer to your question, what do I do daily? I've really switched off since he passed away. I've not really had any, I've not really had any, incentive to do anything. Desire, nothing really.
Yeah, no.
So I haven't been following much. I've been doing some translations, and I postponed all my interviews. So this is the first real thing I've done actually since he passed away. Is been on your show. So I mean, Stu knows we had a round table with for Mark's birthday. Yeah, you organised that round table with Patriot and Lewis Herms and Derek Johnson and yourself and Patriot Underground. I had to cancel. I wasn't up to it.
No, terrible.
So there's enormous void. There's an enormous void now. I'll have to look what I'm going to do in the future. I don't know. I'm not going to do the same program with somebody else because it won't be the same. We were a team. It was just perfect. You can't replace him. You can't replace this.
Yeah. No, sorry to hear about that. That's terrible. I've been on a few shows since I came back, and I found them. I found them quite interesting. I mean, I didn't particularly enjoy being referred to as a Q expert, because that then means that you're shot down left, right, and centre. So I've learned to not read comments, actually, and I don't know about you, but one comment was somebody was observing each time I scratched my nose, because apparently that meant I was uncomfortable, and therefore I was
better than scratching your ass, isn't it, Charles?
Well, I could get away with that probably. And the lady actually referred to me as picking my nose. It referred to as picking my nose. I'm not going to pick my nose on a live interview. But I mean, it's just bizarre, some of the things people say, isn't it?
So was she saying?
But I was on this.
Was she saying because you were touching your nose, you were lying?
It shows that I'm uncomfortable, therefore I'm probably lying. Yeah. And it was a very long critique. She was obviously sort of a part-time forensic psychologist or psychiatrist, and she knows these. I know it was her, and and she pointed out exactly how many times, even at what point in the interview. So I'm not going to be reading comments quite as I was before, but just go on.
Was that on Which Does Politics, that one? When you were on that?
It's one of them, yeah.
It was mentioned,
and one, and there was just to let you know, Rich won't mind me saying, because I think we did sort of let people know, but we did an interview, and I was I was a little bit nervous because there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to make sure I didn't forget, and we were an hour in, and I was thinking, oh, this is going really well, and there's a lot of good banter going on, and I'm remembering everything, and then he just suddenly went like that, and I thought, what? And he said, I'm sorry, I forgot to press record.
Yeah. Oops.
An hour. That was an hour. Yeah. And then we had to.
We all do it. I did a 2-hour Zoom with one of my friends when it was just me, and it went absolutely brilliant. When I went to watch it back, we were both going like that.
Oh no.
Because I was going through OBS and all that, and one of the audio settings had clicked out.
Yeah. Oh dear. 2 hours.
Talking of nose, I've just put something down there, Charles. Can you just play it? Something that people might not know this. Knows this. It's RFK. It's RFK Jr.
On so many levels. The Deitch memo, and this memo, all of the documents that are not in the public domain, and the Deitch memo is one of those documents. It was a discovery document that was given to me by Mike Hugo, one of the original lawyers in vaccine injury litigation, who they would settle before they got to a jury, and they had to do that because they could not have memos like the Deitch memo being paraded in a court of law.
Yeah, beautiful. That's exactly what I was thinking of when you were talking about the touching your nose. There's two of those videos, didn't you? There's another one he did with JP Sears where he touched his nose again.
Oh wow, really? Yeah.
Yeah. I could probably. I
thought touching ears was the thing.
No, but did you get this, Charles? What it was all about?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't get it. I didn't get it because I was waiting for some reference to touching nose and I didn't see it.
Oh, well, I'll just explain, or you'll have to play it again.
Yes, explain. No, not play it again. Explain.
Somebody in the chat asked RFK Jr., will you touch your nose if JFK Jr. is alive? Will you please touch your nose?
Yeah.
And he did. He touched his nose.
Yeah, I have seen that. I didn't see the chat. Now then, based on the forensic psychologist who analysed me, I would say that made him uncomfortable, and then he didn't realise it, but he touched his nose.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not. I
don't know. Somebody asked on the Q board, is JFK Jr. alive? And Q said no.
Yeah. No. Yes. Well, that's Junior.
Exactly.
And now he wouldn't be Junior.
If Senior's alive, he would be Junior, but he's not.
Disinformation is necessary, right? Now,
absolutely.
In that same Q&A, someone said, Q, is the earth flat, right? And Q went, no. If Q had have said yes, millions of Q followers would have gone.
Switched off
immediately.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Some questions don't need to be answered at that particular time along the timeline. It's a systematic process, So yeah. Now then, Stu, I was wondering if you wanted to tell everybody about this fantastic event in October.
Oh, I can do that quickly. Yeah, if you share my screen.
I can do that. That's that one,
yeah.
I believe.
We've got an event coming up. Can you see the screen? Yeah, we've got an event coming up called the Awakening Summit. Now, we've got a couple of changes to make to this website. We've got some old footage there. We're going to change a few bits and pieces, but this is the Awakening Summit, October the 16th to the 18th of this year, 2026. There's 56 days to go. It's in Clearwater Beach, Florida. And if you go on the website, theawakeningsummit.org, everything is there that you need to know. Now, let me just view the full lineup of speakers. These are confirmed at present. Dr. Lee Merritt, Ricardo Bosi is going to zoom in from Australia, Dylan Lewis Monroe, Tom Althouse, Scott Mackay, Brian Monkey, Mark Messina, Dr. Scott Young, Michelle Peterson, Kathy O'Brien, Laura Worley, Laura Eisenhower, Lisa Shermerhorn, Sebastian Martin, Chris O'Connor, Sherry Diffband, Derek Johnson, Anne van der Steel, Christy Hutchinson, Ali Hopper, Dr. Jared Sadolski, Ellen Papa, Lewis Herms, Tina Baz and Basil Baz, but I think they might not be able to make it, but they will be getting a video together for us to play. Mel Kate, Sasha Stone, Leah McCarty, who was on our Monday Respect show a little while ago, Sheila Home, and I believe Juanito is coming. Right, we've got to put it on a website. I'm pretty sure he's confirmed. So that is our list of speakers. It's going to be amazing. You can go into the shop. We've got some, nice designs there and stuff, and it's all looking really good. So tickets are going out, and we'd like to see as many people there as we can. But like I say, theawakeningsummit.org, and you can find all the information now. Thank you, Charles.
I think the list of speakers is fantastic, isn't it? So I'm sure it's going to be really well attended.
Joe and Scott TrueStream had Dylan and Monroe and Mark Messina on yesterday, and they did a little promo at the end as well. And Mark Messina was going, "Wow, what a lineup!" And it looked amazing. So and there's various. There's only 2 ticket options: VIP or normal admission. It's a 3-day event, right? For $247, right? That's cheap as chips for 3 days. All those speakers. If you want to pay VIP, there's a VIP dinner, which we'll be having, and you can. I don't think all the speakers will be sitting on the same table. It would be VIP dinner, and you can mingle with all those people. If you stay at the hotel, you'll be seeing those people anyway. It's going to be a great event, and we want to make this successful. We're all, just getting into this, and trying to make these things work. So,
yeah. Well, like I say, you've got some really high. Go on. There's a question.
There's a question in the chat. Can folks attend virtually?
Yes, there will be if you go on the site, there will be for people who can't make it.
Live stream.
Maybe even Ricardo Bosi will be doing it. That it will be, don't quote me on this price, but it's going to be about $40-50, I think, to watch that for the 3 days. So that hasn't been decided as of yet, the price, but it will be, I think, live streamed out, I believe. Okay. But if you want to be there in person and make a little holiday out of it, and there's plenty of hotels in the area, I think, and just all these people. There's a meet and greet on the Thursday night, I think. The summit is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. VIP dinner is the Saturday night. It's going to be great. If you want to meet all these people, or yours, Lee, I think you're popping over to Charles, aren't you?
I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Maybe I can be in the meet and greet part of it all. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fab, and it looks like a great place to hang out anyway for a few days. All right.
Yeah, and also, I believe if if you're staying in the hotel or not staying in the hotel, whether you can come in and have a drink or something like that, because at the end of the day, people will be just milling about, and that's what it's all about. It's not about us and them. We are where we go, when we go all. No one's more important than anyone else, and we're all on the same journey together, and we all want to see these red pills and these truth bombs come out, and Fauci and Gates arrested, hung by the neck, or whatever you want, right? We all, that's ultimately every one of our goals is for the children to be saved, justice to be brought, and these people to pay for their crimes. And we've got a few speakers there as well, that because Mark Abrams, I forgot to say as well, Alicia and I will be the co-MCs, and Mark Abrams as well. And I didn't get that bit. I went past that bit. That's Clearwater Beach. There it is there. Donna's the founder. Should be Alicia and I co-MC and Mark Abrams. And it's going to be great. Do come along.
Good. Fantastic. Good. Excellent. Shall I stop sharing you now?
Yes, please.
Just for now. So, as people may know, we've got Megan Heaton coming to join us. She's not here yet, but I'm sure she'll be here in a minute. Now, just to give you a little bit of heads up, I mean, obviously, some people know her from being an executive producer on the film The Greatest Show on Earth, or one or two of them. I'll ask her to give us a bit more detail there. And she's also been working with Rudy Giuliani at some really important times over the last few years. So I think she's got a lot of great stuff to tell us about, and she's also had a pretty, I would say pretty traumatic sort of past few years. So she'll be joining us soon. So whilst we're waiting for her, I might actually just show something. Just bear with me. I'm gonna just get rid of this, and I'll just show you a little video. Where are we? There we are.
Have you seen that little Back to the Future ad that's just come out?
What? No. Tell me about it.
About the Socialist Democrats of America. It's a great advert. I don't even know who put it out. It's on my Telegram. I can play it for you in a bit if you like.
Right. And what's this about this James Blunt video? Has anyone heard anything? I've just seen some people posting something.
Yeah, but it's all to do with
have you seen anything?
Hayden Panettiere.
Ah, yeah. See, I've missed all of that. I don't even know who she was. Tell me who she was.
I think we got a bit of delay. She was a bit of a singer and an actress. She was in a couple of things. I can't remember what they're called now. She was 36, I think, when she passed away. She might have been in Heroes or something like that. She did an interview on one of the biggest podcasts, and I can't remember that guy's name. I could find it. And she was talking about this. She was on a boat and she thought everything was fine, and she got ushered down to a room by someone she trusted, and all of a sudden there was a famous person there we think was a singer or something lying like that, and she was expected to do the deeds with him, and she realised the situation she was in, went and hid. But I think that was about 3 weeks ago, and she's now passed away. Whether she has passed away, whether the White Hats have got her out of it, whether this was a retaliation killing, I don't know. I can't tell you. We've got our eyes on. We've only just heard about it. But it's like, yeah.
And I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know that much about it. But in the UK, we've had this this guy who was a professor at one of the largest universities who has passed away, and it seems to be. It almost looks like they might be trying a George Floyd kind of thing with it. Do you know much about this? I don't know the guy's name. But yeah. It looks like, you know, as our governments in some of these countries like ourselves who've been penetrated by Klaus Schwab, as they do tend to try and, you know, kick things off, don't they? So it looks like there's something like that going on, but I don't know the detail. Let me just before Megan comes on, I'm just going to show you. Just going to show you this.
No sound. No sound, Charles. Charles, no sound.
No sound.
No sound.
Yeah, I can hear there's no sound. I don't know what to do. No.
Stu, what does he have to do? You're muted, Stu.
Sorry, I didn't think anyone could hear me. Yeah, you've shared your screen without clicking a share system audio as well. So you need to reshare it. So what you need to do is
I have no idea how to do that. How am I supposed to do that?
Settings.
Right. Present at the bottom. Well, just listen. Present at the bottom. Yeah. Share screen.
Present at the bottom.
Share screen.
Well, I am sharing. Do you want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing, and you got to reshare because you haven't done it right. Yeah.
Okay. Share screen. Yeah.
Share screen.
Entire screen.
And then you click entire screen, and then there's a little button below it. Share system audio.
In the right bottom corner.
Yeah, got it.
And now share your screen.
Got it. See.
And if you're playing
getting
something,
better, but not that good. So let's.
If you do play something, it's normally better to mute your mic while you're doing it, especially if it's a longer video anyway, because you get a little otherwise. Right, go on.
Oh, okay.
And here, look at this. She's from Pennsylvania.
Yes, Philadelphia. I was all about the balance.
You win. Oh, this is the greatest outfit.
I love it.
What's Andre Soriano original?
Oh, really?
Yes. Fabulous. Would you mind taking a picture with these girls?
I like
Andre Soriano.com, ladies.
It's Andre Soriano.com. Did you work for Andre?
No, I don't, but I just love him and he's a trumper, and I know I love him.
Let's get a good picture. Come on.
Yeah, when you're done with that, would you mind taking a picture with the girls?
Come on. Why don't you have dresses like this?
They're dying to take a picture with you.
Anyway, yeah, still waiting for. Yeah. I've got. She's been to the White House and to Mar-a-Lago quite a few times. So there's some crazy outfits that she wears quite often. But yeah, she's not here yet. So I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to move on to. Go on.
Well, I've got a 2.5 minute video if you want to play that. It's a video that's come out. It's really quite good. I don't know who's put it out, but all this right to the Socialist Democrats of America.
Okay.
It's on my screen if you want to share it, and then I'll play.
Okay. Yeah, do it.
Right. People over profit!
Workers deserve more.
Defund the police!
Oh, I hate it here. Just literally get me to the future.
I'll take you. Let's go.
Seriously?
Buckle up and get ready to see the future you've been waiting for.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Where are we?
Your hometown. In the future. Housing's guaranteed now. Everyone gets a home of their own.
Wait, everyone gets free housing from the government? Ooh, can mine be near the beach or have a pool?
Maybe, but probably not. Beach property is very rare, so you'll probably be assigned one of these.
Oh, but I don't want to live here.
Well, you don't have a choice. Can you believe it? The future finally has zero waste.
Incredible. Can I please have an iced oat milk latte? Did you bring your own mug? No mug, no service. Oh, okay. If I bring my own mug, can I get the oat milk latte? Oat milk latte? Oat milk is very wasteful. We only serve black coffee, nothing else.
Forget about the coffee shop. Wait till you see the government-run grocery stores.
Wait, you mean to tell me the government pays for my groceries now?
The future is bright.
This can't be right. $40 for eggs? The coupon is only for $100. I won't be able to afford groceries.
The future is also a little bit expensive.
Oh my gosh, someone called the police.
What do you mean police? There's no police anymore. Have some compassion. She's probably having a hard time.
I think I have to get out of here.
No problem. It's a perfect time to show you the public transit. It's all free now.
Oh, that's good. Wait, why isn't anyone driving them?
Workers deserve more, so the drivers don't actually show up usually. But they're nice trains to hang out in.
I don't think I'm feeling so good.
You'll be happy to know that healthcare is totally free now for everyone.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, you came at the right time. The wait for an appointment is only 72 days. Wait, are you serious? Well, if it's an emergency, it's only a 2-week wait. I need to go home. You need to take me home, please, right now.
But Maya, this is the future you wanted. Isn't it wonderful?
Take me back!
Nope. Oh, sorry. Did I miss a bit? Did I cut you off too soon there, Stu? You've muted yourself.
Yeah, you missed out the best bit.
Oh,
you missed
oh, we got the gist. We got the gist. I'm sorry about that, mate. Anyway,
no,
listen,
right.
Megan's here. So I'm gonna bring Megan on now. Okay.
William.
And hey, Megan, can you hear us?
Hello, Megan.
Can you hear us, Megan?
I can't hear anything. I can't hear. I got to come back out. Hold on.
We can hear you. Okay.
Chaz, do you want to take that chat off the screen?
Chat off the screen. Yep. Done it. Oh, mate, sorry, I cut you off in your prime. It was good, but there was a delay on it from my end. Was there from me? Steve, did you notice a delay on that?
Nope.
No, I noticed a delay on me speaking.
Yeah.
Because it takes you a couple of seconds to hear it, I think, what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So what happened at the end then?
She basically went,
anyway.
Hello.
Hi, guys. How are you? Sorry about that. I couldn't hear. Had a little technical difficulty.
Can you hear us now?
Yes. And I gotta say one thing. I spy the map that you have in the background, Stu. I actually had the same exact map. I took it to Staples and I had it laminated. That same exact one.
What? That's what, the healing web?
It's great. It's the healing one, right?
Oh, I've got that one there as well.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch up.
Yeah, Dylan's amazing.
It's a good conversation piece with friends and family. Once you get that little map out, and people kind of get it. I would say more now than in 2020, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He's made several, hasn't he, Monroe?
Oh yeah, he's made loads. Yeah.
What I'm trying to do, as you showed me how to, I'm trying to make Megan.
We know what you're trying to do.
The main picture. Yeah, I know, but it's not happening.
Drag it. Drag
it across to where you are.
I'm glad I'm not the only one with technical difficulty today. That's good.
Oh man, it's so difficult. Things just don't work.
It's not
you to Megan or Megan to you.
Never mind. It is. Everything's gone weird. Anyway, I am dragging Megan over, but nothing happens. I'm sorry about that, Megan. I wanted you to be like the main. Look, I can't do it. It doesn't do anything.
I've just got me now.
And now I've just got you. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Let's do that. Put that back up there. And that's all four of us. So what I want
just
is
put it on the four, Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charles,
where is it? It's a nightmare. There isn't.
I'm definitely. It could be on my end. I'm cyber hacked every day. It's insane what they're putting me through. So I'm not going to say it's not on my end. I'm not sure.
I heard you've been telling us about that. Listen, and yeah. I'll try and work this out. But I'm I'm going to just bring that up and then share my screen, because we get finally to do this, Megan.
Got the book right here.
Well, I always forget to mention I wrote a book about Q, but don't I, Steve and Stu? Never mention it, do I?
No.
Not often enough.
No.
Anyway.
No.
And I'm old school. I still highlight. Like it's 1985. I get the highlighter out.
Yeah, you did. You did. It's fantastic.
It's easy to remember his game.
we started talking soon after I brought the book out, and we had this great idea to have like a kind of Q guy in the UK and a kind of Q lady in the US of A, and we do a show, and it'd be like, you know, UK and USA, and we didn't quite get it together for various reasons. But you would have sued us anyway, wouldn't you, Stu?
Well, I didn't even know you were doing that when me and Elisa got together, and we do our show now, Patriots Across the Pond, and we do exactly the same as what you were going to do.
It just means great minds think alike. It's a good thing.
Exactly that.
That's right.
That's right. Do you guys like my?
So,
I made sure I brought my Peppies on with me today.
What's that?
Peppy, the frog.
Ah, your frog. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah. Excellent.
Weird like that.
Because you're on a small screen and I can't seem to do anything about it. It's difficult for me to see these things.
Got layouts, Charles.
I've cut you out.
No, you've got pre-layouts.
Charles, when you stop sharing your screen, we will all go back to normal, or should do. The box you want is the two.
There you go.
Right, there you go. Right. So I'm not going to touch it. But if I share my screen now, what's going to happen?
We'll go back to the side.
I'm going to share. Right. Well, listen, I'm going to share my screen because Megan, you've been so busy. You're doing so much stuff. Here's a picture of you with the great Rudy Giuliani, and you were on his show. What was your role again on his show?
Yes, they consider it like a Philadelphia correspondent, but really, I mean, I've reported with them in DC, in New York, in Washington, DC, in Palm Beach. So it's more than just Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But as far as Q aligned and stuff like that, I don't know that a lot of other people that he has on the show openly. You'll see me sometimes do the little air Q here and there. But
I did.
America's mayor, you guys see everything they put him through all these years. And, he's 82 years old. It's pretty unbelievable.
Do you think they tried to sort of knock him off when he got hit by a car, or was that purely coincidental?
I'm not sure, but you wouldn't know the irony of that. It was on my birthday. It was a really weird birthday last year. I got to tell you, because that's what I was worried about all day. The headlines, once they put something out there, but God willing, he's really good. And, he had pneumonia a couple months ago, that scare, and he seems to be well. He was just in Italy. And, you got to give Trump and Giuliani a lot of credit for their age. The amount of work that they're doing for this movement is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah,
it is unbelievable. Absolutely. I couldn't do it. I couldn't put in those hours. I mean, day in, day out. But he's an absolute hero of mine. And, were you doing this when he was going around all the states, with Jenna Ellis and Sidney Powell?
I first started doing Giuliani's show. Before that, obviously, I'm a Q-tard, if you will, and a spectator, and I was watching what was going on, and I was really down the rabbit hole. But I met Giuliani in 2023. And that's when that journey began. He was really getting sued by states like Georgia. We would report from Washington, D.C. during that time. And obviously, fast forward, we know now, everything that Rudy was saying, he was right about, So to be ridiculed the way that they I've been out in public where we would be in restaurants with a group of people and people would attack him in real life. Even the church in Washington, D.C. is the biggest Catholic church in the United States. Somebody even attacked him in there. Like it's just unbelievable that we have a society where people, you know, they become this vile, but really, as we know, it's the mainstream media to blame for this. You know, people believe what they see on that screen.
Yeah, these are the people who complain about hate, aren't they? They talk about people, hate speech, and they're full of hate.
Correct. Or they're promoting racism.
Mm-hmm.
When you're ready, we'll get to the SPLC stuff, and then I have a story. But
Charles,
later.
Charles,
yes.
Charles, may I interrupt? Because I don't know who Megan Heaton is. And I think a lot of our audience doesn't know who Megan is. Megan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. My name is Megan Heaton. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Constitution, 1776. Yeah. I'm also executive producer of The Greatest Show on Earth 3, Saving Israel for Last.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I was a realtor for 20 years, but with the censorship and what they've been doing with the targeting, and it's still ongoing right now. And they accused me of being racist in 20. There's just a lot of things that have gone on. And, you know, I don't have to tell you guys have, I'm sure, experienced this in your own right, whether it's your friends and family, your coworkers. You know, they really put a lot of people's careers out just based upon lies. And, you know, we have to be in a season of healing, I believe. This COVID stuff and all that, it divided a lot of people over a lie. And there needs to be accountability for that. And hopefully it is coming soon.
But the COVID era has awakened a lot of people as well, eh?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that is what the 679,078 sealed indictments are all about.
Can't wait.
I was going to come on to that. But and people don't realize really that, you know, one of the main purposes of COVID was to allow them to bring in the mail-in ballots and steal the election, wasn't it? They tried everything with Trump. They tried to impeach him. They tried all kinds of lawfare. They tried the Russia, and nothing worked. And that was their sort of big plan.
And they would basically target anybody that would go with that rhetoric. You know, there was times where, I mean, I probably had like 15 to 20 Instagram accounts, right? So I would do a lot of work. I mean, at one time when I was really, like, I've been down the rabbit hole, but, you know, during COVID time, we had a lot of time that we could research things, you know? It's almost like the world slowed down enough where it can open your mind in a different way. You started to realize that not everything is what we think it is. Which in turn, obviously, I also didn't realize, first of all, I thought men were a lot more masculine than they are. I didn't realize how easily people are willing to give up their constitutional rights and, you know, just go along with the program. But obviously, as we know, and that's all by design also, by the things they put in our food, by the atrazine they're putting in the water supply and whatnot, because they want to, you know, emasculate men, really. To make them not as masculine.
It's all fear. It's all fear, and it's amazing how much control they can have over most of humanity with a little bit of fear. Absolutely.
The scariest thing for me in COVID was not that, you know, I've been doing this nearly 25 years, was not the fact of any virus or anything like that. I mean, the first couple of weeks we were all thinking what's going on, but we all did our research, listened to the doctors that were getting banned. But the scary thing was realising how asleep all our friends were and how they were completely the other way.
How compliant. That's when I realized. Yeah.
Compliance as well, eh?
Yeah, I mean that's your cognitive dissonance, isn't it? And your Stockholm syndrome all rolled into one. And the fear of, I mean, basically, the first book I wrote was sort of analysing all of this, you know, the psychology behind the cognitive dissonance and what have you. And I came to the conclusion that sort of people around me were cowards and. They didn't want to expose themselves, or they didn't want to be sort of seen as being outside of the group think. And that is. They were also very selfish as well.
And that is a hard part of all of this. Nobody tells you the awakening is going to be that it's as hard as it is. It's going to alienate you from a lot of your friends and family, you know? And I know like in Q, they say 4 to 6% are going to be lost forever, but I think it might be higher than that, you know? Yeah. I mean, even in my own family, my father is, it's once people, even when they're like you said about the cognitive dissonance, when they're presented with the evidence, it doesn't matter. They've spent so many years thinking that it's an ego thing, really, that they are right, that even though, you know, you have all of these different studies, you have Fauci out here saying that he really didn't know. And, you know, I mean, how crazy is that? You would think that should be on every single channel. That's the biggest news of our lifetime, really, right?
Yeah.
Is what they did to us. And if anything, the mainstream media is being exposed, and that's why we are the news now, right?
Yeah. I'm exactly like
yeah,
I do think it's coming from all. You know, it's a slow, drawn out process, which we all want the Band-Aid whipped off, you know, 5-6 years ago. But
I thought it was. I thought the end was coming so many times. I didn't know we were going to be here, but I think that it needs to be a process like this, because you're not just awakening one group of people. This is a whole world awakening. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. So it's actually the unprogramming of our whole lifetime of programming, not just our lifetime, it's the lifetimes before us, you know, and re-educating people, because, you know, people are born, what's your job? You go to school, pay taxes, do what the government tells you, you know. We're thinking there's a constitution, but they're not really following the constitution, you know, and there was nobody, you know, and where people really make changes at their local levels. You get what I'm saying? Like, and when you start fighting the enemy, if you will, the other side, I mean, in every single facet of your life, they will try to take you down. I mean, how many doctors and nurses that were saying the truth about COVID, you know, they lost their whole career over telling the truth. I mean, think about how
and that's why others didn't join.
And also psychologically, and I talk about this a lot, nobody's talking about the psychological effects of what COVID did to the children. I mean, that's a big one. I mean, my son, he's going to be 21, but I remember in 2020, you know, their 8th grade graduation, the shirt was straight out of quarantine. Like, the fact that that was even a thing for these kids, you know, it's just not right. And even the younger ones, you know, what do they remember? The mask, you know, like it's PTSD in a lot of different ways. But more importantly than that, how many people had to die in the hospital without anybody to hold their hand, their family members, nobody by their side, because they made these rules up. And also the protocol for COVID, at least here in the United States, with the ventilators and the certain drugs that they were giving people, it wasn't right. And then they punished people. I'm sure a lot of you, as you know, if you said that ivermectin works or hydroxychloroquine works, within 24, maybe like 36 hours of the first interview I did on Giuliani, it's ironic because I did bring up the Hunter Biden and the gun charge, and fast forward, little did I know, later they would be taking my gun rights away from me. So it just, we are at the this is the awakening. We're here.
Oh, yes.
I've just shared a small clip.
So there's a couple of things.
It's about the awakening. I think it's at the moment's good to just show this small clip.
Okay.
Truest words was from Nietzsche when he said that any man who knows too much can't fit in anywhere.
So true.
And that's the curse of awareness. Once you start to delve underneath the surface, that's when you realize this whole world, it's not so simple. And you start to notice who people really are and the games they're playing. And that fake confidence, all the ulterior motives. And you realize this whole society, it's built on lies. And people, they're sheep. And once you see that, you can't unsee that. So you try and tell people, but they say to you, no, you're overreacting, you are crazy. So you stop talking, but you're still observing, you're still watching, but you know you don't belong anymore. And it's not because you think you're too good for anyone. No. It's because you've seen too much and you're watching everything, and now you know you can't go back to how it was anymore.
I tell you what, I have never stopped talking. Ever.
I don't stop talking
just got
either.
louder as well. Yeah.
It only furthered, like, I love that Q post that says resolve. And then when I make posts, I said, it only furthers my resolve. The more you guys attack me, the more that at this point once they go too far, why would you stop now? It's humanity. It's our children's future. It's our grandchildren's future. If we don't get this together now, we're only here for a limited amount of time. You have to make your mark on this earth. I'm sure 10 years ago, I didn't know anything about any of this. I didn't even know the difference between a Democrat or a Republican. I was in the Matrix, without a doubt. I was one of those girls spending $1,000 for a pair of shoes or overpaying for these brands. And then you find out a lot of these brands, they're trafficking children. These networks, they're using the money. It's unbelievable.
I think all of us who found ourselves awake to what's going on, not just what's been going on with COVID and the deep state and what have you, because that's one level of truth that we've had to try and get across to people. And then, of course, those of us who understood Q then had to go through another level, probably with a lot of the people who are awake, to try and persuade them that there is a good operation taking place. But I think that we've all got something in common, in as much as this is what I hear. Maybe we were all sort of black sheep of the family. Maybe we all messed around at school, but still managed to do kind of quite well. Maybe we used to see weird things when we were young, like 11/11, like I did. I don't know.
11/11, me too.
There's a sort of,
me too.
Yeah, there's a commonality, with all of us. Seemingly, we've all had a sort of similar childhood and similar kind of experiences. Would you agree with that?
God woke you up for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll just tell you a little thing quickly. I went to the gym earlier, and when I turned my computer off, I looked at my phone here. It was 12:17. It's constant 17s and 3:33s and 11:11. It was 12:17. Anyway, I got in my van about 6 or 7 minutes later, and my van said 12:17 as well when I turned it on.
Look what I took a screenshot of earlier, right before I got
17.
on with you guys. 1:17. I took that screenshot right before I started on.
If you didn't see my
exact time.
If you didn't see my t-shirt, mate.
I love that.
I've got so much memorabilia that most people look at it and haven't got a clue what I'm going on. But there's always a few people out there that go, "Oh, yeah."
If you know, you know. It's almost like when you meet people, because obviously, once you understand this plan, or there was a shift that happened, whether it was COVID or some people have understood things for 20 years. I've never claimed to know everything. I just know when I woke up, and then I just wanted to help other people wake up. It's not about being too good, or you're an OG anon or all this, because some of this nonsense that we see online too, there's a lot of divide within these different groups and stuff, and I think that's taking away from the actual message too. And I wish that people would be more in unity.
Yeah.
The whole point of this is
So
where
tell
we
me
go
about
one,
this
we go
picture,
all.
Megan.
Okay, so that was
Tell
in
us about this
2020.
picture.
Thank you. That was in 2022. I knew I was going to go to Mar-a-Lago, and I drove to Virginia, and I had the designer, Andre Soriano, make me that dress. And I thought to myself, I think if I wear this dress, I might be able to get Trump's attention, maybe. I don't know. So I went to Mar-a-Lago. I had no idea that he would do this, but he was giving a speech and everything. I should have sent you that video. And I had my shoes on.
I played it.
Oh, you did play it?
Yeah.
I had my
I have
shoes
played
on
it.
because
I played it before you came on.
The funny thing is, like, he's probably the #1 most famous person in the world. And when he called me up on stage, I didn't have time to put my shoes back on. And I walked up in front of probably the most famous person in the world with no shoes on, which is, it's funny, And I even got to tell Trump when I was talking to him in that picture upstairs that I'm from Pennsylvania and that I was all about the ballot recount. So also once I started, I was already talking about the election fraud, and also me and the DA, we have a thing for the past 8 years because someone that I dated for a couple years was murdered in 2018, and that was when they first started doing the race stuff, promoting the racism. So that's kind of like how I woke up, because I'm looking at the TV screen and the news and they wouldn't stop. And I'm like, that's not what happened. This is a lie. And I started to realize, wait a minute, they're trying to promote a race scenario. So that's actually where it started for me. And that's kind of like how I woke up, to be honest.
I was going to ask you about that a little bit later on. Can I just ask you another question about Rudy? I watched every single state visit that he, Sidney Powell, and Jenna Ellis did, with the legislators, and it was just fantastic. And I felt so sorry for him because I remember there's a picture of him with a bit of sort of like hair dye sort of dripping down his forehead. And
So where that took place was actually in Philadelphia, believe it or not. I'm trying to remember. It was a landscaping, I think, business. I forget the name of it at this moment, but everybody gets grays. We all get grays. I put some spray in there when I had my grays coming up too. I'm sure it was maybe hot out that day. I'm sure that's it's not a big deal.
But isn't that typical of the media? The media, like, they'll always show a picture of Trump looking cross or angry or tired or ill or what have you. This is what they do.
But they're the same ones that have scandals. They're all the ones that have scandals. And then when us on this side, we're outing those scandals, or we're connecting dots as citizens, journalists, or what have you. They punish people. It's crazy. They want to let murderers and killers out, and they don't. The media is the number one.
I know.
Information warfare.
Well, that's that two-tier stuff. I'll come on to that in a minute. But did he ever talk to you about that tour that he did? Because it was so intense, and really, I think the aim of that was to allow the legislators to sort of incriminate themselves, so that they saw the evidence and they dismissed it. And this is what's going to come up in sealed indictments, I would have thought, in the future. Did he talk about that experience? Because it was amazing to watch.
I mean, we've talked about how, like, they came into his apartment, in New York, and they wanted well, we know they didn't want the laptop drives, but they were looking for other information, because obviously if they accepted those drives, they would have to be accountable at some point. I was actually there when they honored John Paul McIsaac in New York, and believe it or not, I didn't realize this, but that was actually, even though there was a transfer that happened with those hard drives, they had never actually met each other until they were being honored at the Republican Club in New York City. And that was interesting too. And then it turns out, even me saying MarcoPolo.com, everybody needs to go on there and take a look at what's going on. You got to think, nobody's forcing anybody to think any kind of way.
Yeah.
You know that you're a threat, or a movement is a threat.
No.
When they're trying to block everybody's, ideas or freedom of speech. And really Q is the only, plan where it just encourages you to think for yourself and do your own self-research,
Yeah. Socratic method.
Yeah. So you're Socratic method as well. I mean, we don't know what we don't know until we're presented with that Socratic method and all of that information. And actually, we end up knowing more than those who say they're awake in many ways, because we know how wide and how deep the deep state is, and who they are and what they've done and who's been doing what with who. This is what Q taught us. But can I just say, what you were referring to there was Hunter Biden's laptop, right?
Right.
Yeah. Did anyone see this
and
film?
Imagine they took me right off the internet. I mean, a million different times, but obviously that first time when I was on Giuliani, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, wow, because all of that happened by accident. I just happened to be, I thought I was going to a Patriot art show situation in Palm Beach with a couple friends. And I ended up walking in, and it was one of the first episodes that Giuliani was doing. Ironically enough, that's why I think just everything happens for a reason. The topic happened to be about rogue DAs, and I was already a couple years in, exposing our DA. I would go through each case, everything that he's doing wrong. And, I just grabbed the phone and I started texting the producer and I told him the story, and they don't know me. They don't know if I was a crazy person. You don't know if I would be good on camera. You just don't know. So we talked that first day, and then after that it was come back again. And then, the rest is just history. But I think it's also good because we need regular everyday citizens, that those are the people that care, that can be telling the truth, because there's no benefit. It's not a paid situation, like these networks that are paid to just say a script. And I'm sure you guys have seen it before, where they show all the news networks and everybody's saying the same exact sentence. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. The fear porn that they pushed on everybody. I mean, I remember every day, each state, how many cases of COVID. I mean, it's fear when you're pushing that on everybody. You got people fighting they were fighting in the stores over or cleaning products and toilet paper. It was a crazy time.
Yeah, it was a case-demic. That's what they were generating through over testing with phony RT-PCR tests and getting everybody to test themselves 7 times a day and blah blah.
And also,
they
weren't saying that
but just going back.
The brain-blood barrier, weren't they saying that when they were doing those swabs, that's what was happening?
Oh God! Oh yeah. I did do one before I woke up, unfortunately. So, yeah. Tell me a little bit more about the Greatest Show on Earth. How did you get involved with that? And
so even that was ironic.
Your role?
So even with that was ironic too. I used to make everybody I know watch Greatest Show on Earth 1 because I just thought it was just such a great tool, even for someone that doesn't understand, you're not all the way awake yet, whatever the scenario is, it's presented in such a way that anybody could kind of pick up what's going on, I ended up talking to Nick, and obviously a lot of people that don't think that I would understand Q, or it's fun when you meet other people and they know that you get it, so you can have a real conversation. But even for Greatest Show on Earth 3, in the beginning, in that first scene, it's that Revelations quote. I was the one that told him we should put that in there. Behold, they will say they are Jews, but they are not. They are the synagogue of Satan. So what the issue is with that is people think when you say Israel that you mean that all Jewish people are bad, or Israel as a state is bad. No, it has but the media does such a good job at cosplaying words and mincing words and, the anti-Semitism that people are really afraid to, but it's really deeper than that. Obviously, we know that it goes back, the Khazars and, the satanic element, if you will.
Well, this is what these drops, Megan, are. There's 2 drops. The truth and the whole picture would put 99% of people in the hospital, because many people are trapped in the system. They have no idea what the leaders and stuff are sort of part of,
If people really understand, like even when I talk to people and I make them try to understand adrenochrome, like for instance, a lot of women now, they do different like plastic surgery procedures and whatnot. If they can take my blood, right, and they spin it, and then they can do some procedure to put that back in my face, and it's going to make me look younger, it's not that far-fetched that adrenochrome, is a real thing. And obviously we know that it is, but it's one of those things that people would rather act like, especially they don't want to think certain things exist, because it's a lot you have to, once you're awake, there's no going back, as you know.
Yeah.
Once you lift the veil, there is no going back, and there's going to be different levels. And I think that the reason that anons were meant to wake up first is because we have to help the others wake up, because there's going to be a lot of D-class, I believe, that's going to come. I mean, obviously, you guys we're living in it right now. The past 3 months, it's been nothing but D-class nonstop for 3 whole months right now. So, I
truly think.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think the EBS disclosure, 10 days of darkness or whatever, I think that is the only way. That is the only way that all of those people out there who've been damaged and socially engineered over years, I think if they were presented with non-stop, wall-to-wall documentaries and information and D-class for 10 days, and not able to watch or look at anything,
not able to go on the social
that's the only
media.
way.
no social media, no distraction, no nothing.
10 days
you
of
have
darkness.
no choice but to look at it, and it's truth, you know. And I want to just add something else. I will never forget, and I'm actually glad that I was there for this. In 2022, it's probably the second or third time that I was at Mar-a-Lago. General Flynn had an event, and it was America's Future event, and it was about the children. And you know, they had Laura Logan, and they talked about some really hard stuff, you know, like involving children, and she even told her own personal stories of, like, you know, sexual abuse and stuff that they did to her that was really hard. I mean, by the end of this, there was a lot of people, you were crying, because this was the first time at that level. Yes, we know that maybe this is going on, but they had never confirmed it at that level. And I remember MSNBC and ABC, the article, Trump has an event for QAnon conspiracy theorists. I couldn't be happier to be there, you know. But really what Flynn was talking about was, you know, it was the children, and the children are supposed to be able to trust the adults, and there's things that go on, and that the government was involved in some of these things, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the delivery of how you deliver this kind of information and why it's taking a couple years is because if you were just to give everybody the information so fast, just like you said, it's too much, you know, psychologically. I mean, even right now after COVID, do you realize that there's not even enough psychologists and counselors and whatnot? A lot of people, when they want to, you know, get someone that can talk to someone, they're waiting like a while, you know. What they did is really crazy to society. But I think that everything that we're living through and going through, I do believe that we are in a biblical time, without a doubt. And if anybody here has read Revelations, you kind of, when you read it, you kind of think to yourself, wow, I think of that line, all nations knew, you know? Yeah.
I remember watching, going back to that tour, you know, with Rudy Giuliani and Jenna Ellis and you could forget her name. What's her name?
Sydney
Powell.
Sydney Powell.
She's amazing, isn't she?
She fantastic.
Well,
she was asked.
I love it. I'm a fan. That's a strong woman. Very smart too.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She was asked to step down at one point, wasn't she, during that process? And I remember her looking a little bit kind of pissed off that she'd sort of been asked to step down. And then she reappeared a few days later, and she looked so energized and so informed that I think things had been explained to her that she wasn't aware of. And that's when she said it's going to be biblical. You know, she was saying all the release the Kraken stuff and everything.
Oh, I think I used to have all of her clips on my pages. Yeah. They would take them down.
Yeah. Fantastic. Some people say that she was jagged, but I'm not sure if she was.
Well, we did hear reports, didn't we, that she was meant to be, you know, at Gitmo in fatigues, you know, in military uniform and stuff. You know, there were certain people reporting on that, whether we can prove that or not. But I mean,
her delivery is just so good. Like she catches your attention, and just the seriousness of her. She's amazing. Strong.
Oh, yeah. I listened to the whole of that trial with General Flynn. Right at the start, that was probably in about 2020 when Sidney Powell was his lawyer for that. We were all listening to that at the time. I didn't know what mandamus was and all these things she was talking about.
Mandamus, right?
Yeah.
But a question is the greatest show on earth. Are there more parts?
So there's three. There's number one, and I love that. That's where it started for me. I would even, if I was in an Uber, I would make the Uber driver, I would send him the link and make him watch it. Like anybody that I would meet, and this was before I knew anybody, you know. And then the second one is really about the financial, you know, and then that one goes really deep, and it's really good, and it's long. It's 2 hours, but it's really informative. And then the third one, obviously, about saving Israel for last.
Okay.
Wasn't the first one sort of based on Derek Johnson?
Yeah.
Derek Johnson stuff.
Yes. By the works of Derek Johnson. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I also got to say,
tell us about this picture. Tell us about this picture, Megan.
Okay, so you're going to laugh when I tell you the story. And it's the first time I'm telling this story public, but I think it's okay for me to say it. I don't think anybody will mind. So that day they were like I don't know in the UK if they were, but anyway, the Christopher Columbus statue, they were like blocking the statue and doing all this weird stuff. I mean, this is our history. What do you mean that's offensive? So we were all down at this park around Christopher Columbus Day, and there was everybody protesting and whatnot. And I'm hanging up a sign that has to do with the mayor because they're all corrupt, and I was just calling them all out during that time. There was a parade going on. Guess who I see? Vincent Fusca. So imagine there's probably 1,000 people at this parade. Nobody understands Q would even know what I'm talking about. I was down the rabbit hole.
You can't miss him.
Nobody else that I knew would know who that is. So he's in this parade walking, and I'm like, is that Vincent Fusca right there? Oh my gosh. I got questions. I got to ask him some questions, and that's where that began. And actually the Philadelphia Inquirer put that, not that picture, but it's one where I'm wearing that shirt and I'm tying the sign up. Gun safety rule number 1, carry one. It's my right to say that. It's your constitutional right. I have a permit to carry. I did all the right things. My loved one that was killed was unarmed. The killer that killed him, that the DA let get away with murder, that they have a show on Paramount Plus called 72 Seconds in Rittenhouse Square. So on Paramount Plus, it's about the murder. I mean, they try to uphold this kid as a hero, but really what it comes down to is they were promoting their racist narrative. Obviously, we know now about the SPLC. I won't go into that. We can do whenever you're ready for that. But so that's where that started. And I didn't start carrying until after that. And I guess me talking about Hunter and the school zone and whatnot and legal gun rights in general on Giuliani's program, they didn't like that very much. I was definitely.
And you were being hounded, weren't you? You were being hounded, weren't you? There were people sort of knocking on your door or threatening, or I remember seeing images.
So let me just go through this real quick.
Front door.
So during the time, I'm telling you, I was at Mar-a-Lago. So I've probably been in Mar-a-Lago maybe like 20 times now. So I was spending a lot of time in Florida too, back and forth. Around Giuliani's birthday, his 80th birthday. Remember, that's when they served him the paperwork. I think it was Georgia. Georgia. They served him the paperwork, the subpoena, and they made it a big deal on Jimmy Kimmel. Meanwhile, they're showing us on there. We're saying happy birthday to him. He's 80 years old. What do you like? You guys are wasting money sending tax dollars, sending somebody to fly to another state to serve paperwork that they all knew what they were doing was wrong. They just never thought that they would ever get caught. Think about it. The machine has gotten away with this for as long as time, right? As long as our lifetime that we've been here, they've always been able to get away with things. Why would they ever think that was going to change? So I come home after that. Trump comes to an event, a big event, and I'm right behind Trump. You could see me when he's talking about the DA. You can read the words coming out of my mouth. I'm saying F the DA. I don't care. I did say that. If you were reading lips, you would know that. And shortly after that, I was at a Trump Vance event, and I was quoted by the Inquirer. They said, "What do you think the problem in Philadelphia is?" I said, "You have a DA that doesn't prosecute murder." It's not fiction. It's a fact. That same DA is now under DOJ investigation and a Pennsylvania Supreme Court investigation for those exact things that you guys are censoring me for. So I said that within 24 hours, and I don't leave my house that much because it's just every time something always happens. So I just try to stay to myself. And I'm in a restaurant eating with 5 girlfriends in a nice restaurant. It was a setup. Some guy comes in there with a mask on, gets close enough to the table and takes the purse. The purse had the gun in there. Now they have causation that they can take my rights from me. The problem is the things that they listed: character and reputation, good cause, weapon not properly secured, and I forget what the 4th one was. Either way, I ended up fighting that case. 2 years they made me wait. In those 2 years, the DA called for violence on Republicans. I was assaulted. The killer that they never gave any time to, that killed my loved one. And I have talked about him before on shows. He probably doesn't like that, but you have to have audacity. You got away with murder. Why would you go online and publicly threaten me? And that's what he was doing. The police don't do anything about that. Then after that, the attacks really intensified. So at first, when they took my gun rights, I went to Florida for 2 months. I came back the day before the 2024 election. I was on Giuliani the night before. I'm saying about the DA's role in helping steal the 2020 election in Pennsylvania. Obviously, we know now, I'm sure you guys have seen the numbers of all the states that cheated. PA is ground zero for cheating. So here you guys were doing all these things to me all these years. It's now for sure that, all those things were taking place. They weaponized the police against me. I mean, I have videos of police outside of my house after I got assaulted. This woman, she was about 300 pounds. It was a setup. They didn't want to do anything. You have her picture, you know who this person is, and like, you're not going to do anything. You know what the officer said to me? Oh, I heard that you're racist. How I'm racist? I was on a podcast that week. It was a black Republican panel. I was the only white person. We're not doing this race thing. The race thing is over. You know, like, they have to stop with that. But you know, as officials,
we're all far right terrorists.
It's crazy. And really, if you think about it, they promoted. Nobody talks about this, but there's reverse racism also, because you promoted this weird narrative, you know, that all white people are racist or things like that. It wasn't right, you know. And really, we're all God's children.
Well, we had that recently with Anne Widdecombe, who was, you know, she was a conservative MP, I guess, but I mean, you know, they put out this narrative that she's a fascist, and of course, some crazy leftist trans whoever, you know, thought that he should go and murder her, and that's what they do. They put out these labels. And the crazies just do what they do, don't they? They're not necessarily MK Ultra. They just genuinely think that any of us who have a different opinion to them are fascists or racists, which is. And it was by design.
So, obviously, it's not just the United States.
Operandi.
It's New World Order. It's their agenda.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Can I go on and talk about some topics that I've got lined up? So it'd be great to hear everyone's views on this. So I recently saw that quite a prominent, well-known truther, shall we say, recently posted, you know, anti-Q stuff, saying that we're all Q-tards waiting to be saved and nobody's coming to save us and we all have to do it. I say, you know, that same old story. But what they say is it's a psyop, don't they? They say it's been done before in Russia. The sort of Bolsheviks pretended to set up this this sort of revolutionary thing, and therefore everybody just sat down and waited to be saved. And it's the most ridiculous claim, in my opinion, that we're sitting back waiting to be saved. In my opinion, you know, I was in a group of about 500 people on Parler, I think it was at the time, and I was the only person who spoke about Q, and everyone hated me because I was somehow, you know, falling for a big psyop, and we're all going to suffer because of it. And you know, my thought was like, well, crack on. You know, I'm not stopping you from whatever plan you have. And this is the thing. It's what
it's about control.
Yeah, but the 1920s in Russia is completely different to nowadays. I mean, how did they communicate this psyop back then? It would have been like people would have received letters, or someone on horseback would have said, "Oh, by the way, you know, they're setting up a revolution, so you just sit back and wait." Well, of course you would, because you couldn't communicate instantly. There was no Twitter, you know. And I mean, how do you deal with these people who use this argument? Because I could basically read out a list of reasons why I think it's complete bollocks saying that this current Q operation has any connections or resemblance to Operation Trust. It's completely Operation Trust could not happen nowadays. It just couldn't, because there's
it's another example of propaganda. So if an average person, right, is looking at that and they try to compare Q with Operation Trust and they don't really know about either one, it's just easier for them to just dismiss that, because again, it goes back to the cognitive dissonance. Obviously, right now you have the government agencies Q posting. It's not even fiction; they're Q posting. Yeah, that was exciting. Yeah. That was a highlight for everyone in the movement, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Department of War yesterday.
Yes.
Don't quote me. They said
I just posted about that
delay or something. Complex. I can't remember what it said.
Hold on, I'll show you. I have it.
Yeah. But it was like, let me just say that I've got loads of documentation, Burning Brighton, everyone writing about this, Substacks about this Operation Trust nonsense and stuff like that. I just want to say, right, that Q is a fucking good psyop, but it is a psyop psyoping the psyopers.
Yes.
Yeah. But there's so many differences. I mean, with this Operation Trust in the 1920s in Russia, you supposedly there was a revolution. With Trump, he was already president of the United States of America, wasn't he? He was already president of the United States of America, and like, for example, in 24 when he won again, we all knew that he was coming back because of Q. And if he didn't win in 24, then everything in Q would
everybody in Q might have went a little crazy.
Irrelevant.
I think.
Well, it would have been a waste of time, wouldn't it? All of it would have been a complete waste of time. So inevitably he was coming back, and we knew he was coming back. So it's just lazy, isn't it? People go, "Oh yeah, it's Operation Trust." What are we doing? I know that it's about being the calm before and during the storm, and preventing a civil war, whilst, because this is a long process and people are going to get a little bit tired or what have you, but just this guy, he was on a show and I listened to him and he was just dismissing it, and I think he couldn't bear to be accused of being a Q-tard because he would have lost enough credibility in his own circle. So he won't go there. So he's just dismissing it. Oh, well, it's been done before, and it's one big psyop, and nobody's coming to save us. And
most people that say that, they have not. Most people that are saying that, though, they haven't done any kind of research at all.
Nothing at all.
They're just regurgitating the information or the tagline that someone else is telling them to say, or and at the same time, a lot of things have been getting suppressed and censored. So it makes sense why somebody would be like, think that way.
Yeah, little clickbait articles, and the first thing they see, they go with normally. A lot of people are still typing something into the Google and copy and paste in the first thing. There you go. That's what it's all about. And absolutely no research whatsoever.
No, they don't understand Q at all. They haven't taken the time or effort, and that's fine. That's okay. But if you don't understand something, you can't really comment on it. Anyway, so let's talk about the Southern Poverty Law Center, because I'd never heard of these people until recently. But this is just a classic. This is just sort of your typical false flag, isn't it? This is how the deep state operate. They'll create a problem because they actually have the solution, and this is just unbelievable. What do you know about them, Megan?
So I just want to say I'm a victim of their programming and their messaging, because in 2020, during the George Floyd riots, I was actually in Minnesota. I was at that point, I started to be down the rabbit hole and just researching a lot and understanding Q and, whatnot. And I was targeted and attacked in an airport. It was not by accident. It was from a paid protester that was screaming that I'm racist and this and that. And there was an officer there. All the officer did was come up to me and said, "Do you want me to help get you away from this?" He was doing his job. That's what he did. I got doxxed. The officer got doxxed. My job at Keller Williams, because at the time, it was about maybe like 6 or 7 months after my loved one's murder. The murder case was done. The kid got away with murder, so they were already promoting that. But now they were turning it around on me and insinuating that I was racist. The company that I was working for put out a crazy a letter. They were saying that I was racist. There was nothing that I ever said that was racist. But again, at that time, you remember all your emails from all the stores or anything. Everything was, they were promoting it across every different element. Racism. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of people that were accused that are not, but it's just part of their agenda that they wanted to promote. And it's just very unfortunate.
It's a narrative, isn't it?
It 100% is a narrative, and it was a really horrible. I got to just tell you one more thing. My son was graduating 8th grade at the time, and I was at a shopping store to shop for his graduation party. And this African-American man that was a security guard, big guy, I'm putting the cases of water in my car. he's telling me, are you the racist girl from the video in the airport? There was no racist word that I ever said. This was a coordinated effort because of me speaking out about the racism that I saw what they were doing, which obviously fast forward all these years later, we know that SPLC, it's funded. And, you know, just like Antifa, I mean, it was crazy what was going on over here. And really, they weaponized the police and, you know, whatnot. They wouldn't arrest the Antifa people. They weren't arresting the people that were lighting police cars on fire and, you know, smashing small business stores and whatnot. I mean, it's really crazy. People need to be accountable for that. We can never let this happen again. So if we have to go through this in our time, in our life for these years, so we can move on in our future generations can never allow this to happen again.
Yeah. Well, look,
Marxism. These are Marxists.
I think there's lots going back in the background anyway. We've just seen stories coming out the last couple of days that, you know, where we see ICE in the picture and these little protests, you know, whether the White Hat's putting these on or not, there's much going on behind the scenes. We're seeing lots of people get lifted, you know, with people in plain clothes and, you know, you're not looking official and stuff like that. I think this is happening all the time. And the White Hats are taking these people off the streets everywhere. Antifa mapping started long ago. You know,
and there's a legal way to do things, and you know what I'm saying, and obviously the trafficking networks and all that. I mean, I'm sure you guys can agree. During this whole process, let me ask your opinion. That USS Comfort that was in New York, what do you think that was there for?
That was either rescuing children or a prison ship.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I when I saw those ships all in white, something came over me, right? It was like I didn't know what I was feeling, right? But there was something else. And then, of course, we're getting all the videos and nurses, oh my God, they're talking about and ventilators in Central Park. And, you know, you track all the tunnels, they go to the Bronfman building. And, we were tracking all of it. But, yeah, that was a very emotional time, that.
And the FEMA camps, all the sort of FEMA camps that were cropping up at that point, you know, we don't know whether maybe that was sort of a white hat operation as well.
Yeah, well, I think that was their plan, of the dark hats, you know, with all those FEMA coffins we were seeing in 2010, 2012 and stuff. But,
didn't Obama order 1,000, like a bunch of guillotines? Is that a true story or yeah?
But yeah, look, if it wasn't for Trump and Warp Speed, we'd be in one of them camps now. If we're all dead, you know, the fact that we can all speak like this openly and freely was still a little bit censorship. You know, it tells you the Patriots in control of all this, and I know it's not time, but yeah, you know, full control.
So for people who don't know, the Southern Poverty Law Center was set up basically to spot racists or to highlight organizations that are maybe causing racism, but secretly they were actually funding the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite the Right,
claiming to fight,
National Alliance, National Socialist Movement, Aryan, however you say it, Aryan Nations Affiliated Sadistic Souls Motorcycle Club, National Socialist Party of America, American Nazi Party, American Front, and the
CFO, her boyfriend that she funded money to, he's an actual Nazi. He's part of some, I forget the exact group, but I believe it's like a Nazi group. I mean, how unbelievable is that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's debatable whether there actually are any Nazi groups, and you know, but this woman here, is it Heidi Beerich?
I'm not sure.
Is that the lady you're talking about?
I know the name. No, yeah, because the other woman that you just showed, it was the other woman. That's the one that's the CFO, the blonde.
Yeah, she's.
No, the thing that made me laugh was this. Sorry, I didn't get that. But this is Heidi Beerich here, and this is Heidi Beerich there. So I don't know what happened to her.
Yeah, she's.
Oh wow, that's the same person.
Go on, Stu.
She's just been arrested, hasn't she? That one.
Or they're making her play her role out, you know what
Yeah.
white male.
Yeah.
Listen, it's you look at all these things, like James O'Keefe and Nick Shirley and stuff. You don't think Nick Shirley's just turned up somewhere in his hoodie, do you? Nick Shirley was at Mar-a-Lago a few years ago at the James O'Keefe award ceremony. They were all getting awards. Nick Shirley and many of the others were there. Was it at the White House or wherever they were, when they're all talking about Antifa and stuff? These people have been part of this for a long time. I'm not saying they're part of the new operation, but operators outside of it, maybe the 60,000 secret army. There's a lot of people. You cannot infiltrate a deep state cabal that's got control of the whole world unless you've got thousands and thousands and thousands of people infiltrating them back. And a lot of those people have had to pretend to be one of them, to be accepted into them, before they've gone.
So do we think this lot, the Patriot Front, do you think they're all sort of CIA and feds from Mark 1 before they got cleared out in their Fed beige trousers, which is just...
I mean, it's so organized. It's too organized.
Yeah.
It's comical.
And what do? They just sort of... It is. They just march up and down, banging their drums. I mean, and...
Yeah.
They have to do it for the the clip that they're gonna make go viral and the narrative that they're gonna push on society. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And from a psychological standpoint, anything that you play over and over and over again, and you promote and you put in people's faces, it's like in your mind. They know that. That's why it's crimes against humanity. They know exactly what they're doing. It's no mistake that the nuclear family is fractured and they promote these certain things. They've over-sexualized society too. Think about it. A lot of these young, it's sad to say, I watched something the other day and the percentage was so high. A lot of these young girls, they can't wait to turn 18 years old so they can all go on OnlyFans. I mean, that's a horrible thing to think about, that we even have such things,
But if you look at TikTok in the US and the USA, so it's all young teenagers piercing themselves and changing their sexuality and what have you. And if you look at TikTok in China, it's all teenagers achieving fantastic maths grades and playing the piano beautifully.
They don't have to have warfare. They don't have to have warfare like they used to, with guns and whatever. They can send fentanyl across the border. They can affect the way that we as a society are interacting with each other. I mean, think about that. That's a whole different level. Yeah. And if you think about COVID in general, it's killed way more people than fentanyl too. I mean, at one point in Philadelphia, they were trying to have legal injection sites where you can go and get the needles and the government's going to provide that. I mean, what planet do I live on that would ever be okay? But I mean,
well, it's the same planet that we're injecting people. Yeah.
Do you guys want to laugh on TikTok?
Did anyone see this film?
I didn't see it yet.
What was that, Meg?
No. What about? Yeah, go on, Megan. Tell us what you wanted to show us.
So on TikTok, because I've only had this account maybe 8 months or so, because they would always take it because I was putting political stuff or Q stuff on there. I got it removed for community violations, and all it is a video of me and Giuliani talking about COVID, and we now know it's true, but they're still allowed to censor us. You're censoring truth still right now. They have to do something about that. I think they need to, and not just the social media companies. When it comes to the media companies too, that FCC, they need to start revoking people's licenses when you're promoting lies to the public that way. And obviously we know Obama and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now, but you know the act I'm talking about in 2012 that he signed.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Why am I?
No, it was
the one for propaganda.
Smith-Mundt.
The Smith-Mundt.
Smith-Mundt. I don't know why. I just
well, basically, he cancelled the Smith-Mundt to allow the media to propagandize. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on. This film. Did any of you guys see this?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I need to watch it.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, long stop.
Fantastic. You don't hear anything about it. Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's basically, it was warts and all. It basically exposed everything, all the Burisma stuff and everything. And it's just, I'm sure it will be shown again. But
it
what
really
about these
irritates
two
me.
guys?
It irritates me that I have to watch him doing interviews and whatnot, right? And I'm banned for the last time that I had Instagram was because I put a meme or something, and I was talking about the Hunter laptop. I'm still banned for that exact, and he gets to go around, make money, promote his dysfunction. It's unbelievable. I mean, they almost wanted to make him like he's a hero. You saw when they were doing that.
It's crazy, isn't it? What about this picture then? What do you think's going on?
Well, look, I mean, there's a lot of confusion out there, but ultimately it's to bring people together. Now, I look at a lot of things and all that. Is that really Hunter Biden, number one?
Yes.
It tells us a lot of stuff that Hunter was actually the one who flipped on them. So he's probably
I could see that.
White hat control a bit. And, whether that is Hunter or not, someone wearing a mask or a lookalike, I believe he's playing a role for a certain purpose. And so is Tucker, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
100%.
All these people, because what Trump can't say is, they are destroying this, everyone behind, Israel, and, they're waking people up, the Mossad. And, there's a lot of Christians in the world that, are for Israel, but they are, Trump is, and the White Hats are taking these people down, but Trump cannot be called anti-Semitic.
No,
anyone, because he's with Bibi and he does all this thing, whether that's Bibi as well. But what they're doing, right? And when it's all kayfabe, when Trump says about Tucker's this and Candace is that, he's getting eyes on these other people who are then telling people what's going on because it can't come out of Trump's mouth. It's said in Q Drop 4 and 6. As people begin to be indicted, POTUS must remain neutral.
Neutral, right?
And this is what we're seeing.
And I like Tucker. He was the only mainstream news that was reporting the facts of my loved one's murder the correct way. He was the only one. The rest of the mainstream, they weren't. But I do think disinformation is necessary, like Q says. So I just think this really is the greatest show on earth, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the goodies are baddies are goodies are baddies. And at the end of the day, it's going to be like a pantomime at the end. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, all of these actors are going to come out and take a bow. I mean, we are watching a movie to a degree. There's good players, there's bad players, there's people playing roles for sure.
I think that's the hardest part of all this too, because
this picture.
I'll tell you what it is. It's mega.
What are you going to say, Megan?
No, I'm good.
So I mean, I just saw this where the FBI had all these informants ready on Biden's Burisma stuff and his dad's corruption and everything, which we all knew about. We saw him making that announcements how he when he was vice president, how he withheld money for Ukraine, didn't we? And of course they call that's all Russian disinformation now, which is great because anything good that comes along is obviously a Russian asset. So I feel sorry for the poor Russians because they're always getting the blame.
You're right about that
asset,
even the programming, even the programming in the United States. I mean, I remember when I'm 42, but I remember when I was younger, it was the Gulf War. It was always wars. They were promoting wars so much, and then obviously we know everything that we know now about the military industrial complex and about the New World Order and about things that we would never even think we didn't even know this kind of stuff exists. We just knew what they told us. So in a way, the social media has been good and bad, It could be used for either one, but the awakening, and I think patriots talking to each other all over the world, obviously, like we're doing right now, is a good thing.
Well, I actually think as well.
Every piece of information can be scrutinized.
Mm-hmm. They had a control. They were in control before, right? They controlled us because they just had the media. There was no, you know, you could go on YouTube or you can have these conversations like we're having right now. You know, there was none of that.
Yeah. And
we didn't realize the court.
No,
Nobody realized
you can challenge
the judicial
anything.
system. No.
Yeah.
No.
I just want to say as well, the Smith Modernisation Act that Obama did, there's a lot of people talk, well, did the White House have control of Obama in his second term potentially because of a lot of the things he did? However, right, I think that Smith-Monk Act was being changed around like that. The White Hats are using that to their advantage because there's so much psyop going on that they've had to, the White Hats have had to play these games and stuff, you know, to steer humanity in a certain way while this plan unfolds. I believe it was the White Hats that censored us a lot on lots of our channels, Facebook, Twitter,
I agree.
These things took us all down on January the 7th, you know, and so because
absolutely.
if we know this is like a public 10-year operation, say they've been working behind the scenes for a long time,
a lot longer than that.
Yeah. But when you know, from when Q came out, I mean, you know, and Trump walked down the escalator, that's 10 years of you are fake news and stuff. We were putting so much, maybe they thought actually these anons are doing a pretty good job here. We need to curb these down for two reasons. They wanted to play this plan out over a certain period of time, and they didn't want us to spoil the end of it. And two, they wanted to show the normies how what censorship was all about. You know, it's.
You can't tell them. You have to show them.
Well, I think that's why
they find the will to change, right?
Yeah. And they allowed the whole Q movement to become cultish, I think, on purpose. I think they allowed it to lose its credibility.
Well, Congress signed that bill. I forget the number, the HB. I forget the exact number about it, but it was about QAnon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we get censored on YouTube, don't we? We get warnings if we mention it too much. But
I actually don't think they want people awake that quickly. You know, I read this
that's what I'm saying.
Right, but there's a drop here. How do you explain to someone? This was a tweet from March 4th, 2020. How do you explain to someone that their entire belief system and life has been based on a fabricated reality of lies and deceit? Reply: our job isn't to wake them up. Our job is to soothe them during the awakening process. Right? And I think that's what we're the trailblazers.
I think you're 100% right.
Before
the storm, the calm before the storm,
and during, and that's the most tiring, hardest job anyone's ever had, apart from Trump's job, probably being the calm before and during. It's a bloody nightmare.
We're far ahead.
Have a look at. Yeah, what did you say, Steve?
We are ahead of the curve.
It hasn't been easy for all of us, though. No, a lot of people don't understand. It wasn't you don't just wake up and you decide, oh, I want to be different than everybody else. No, it wasn't that kind of decision.
No.
You know, I don't even know how I could explain it. It just happened, and then once
it wasn't a decision, was it? It wasn't a decision.
No. I was a completely different person before I understood Q. Everything I was doing was different.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the Matrix all the way, you know? But what I realize is a lot of that is distraction. It's designed that way on purpose to keep everybody distracted, because then they can continue out there. If it's New World Order, you know, they don't want you to realize what's really going on or really taking place. It's only what they want you to have, the illusion of freedom, and that's what it's been. It's been an illusion.
Can I bring in my favorite Q communicator, and it's Chuck Grassley. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, we had the Trust Grassley message, and
we were talking about.
Man, it's so. Oh God, he is just so funny. I love him because he used to do a lot of stuff with corn, didn't he? So he'd say the corn's getting ripe, or you know, we've got a good harvest coming, and sorry.
Ready for harvest, I said. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay here somewhere. I think it's you.
Yeah, there is a delay. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, there is a delay. Yes. I mean, I think that's pointing towards sort of indictments and people getting...
Well, he was he just posted about Arctic frost. I guess it was yesterday or the day before, and about the 92 targets. Republican groups, obviously Giuliani. Well, you saw that the FBI Operation Round. I can't remember. There's so many. My book is huge that I've been building, but it's really unbelievable what we're watching play out. And really, I know that there's that one post that says anons appreciate the drops, that the confirmations. I forget the exact wording of it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So when we see things like this, or we see the vacuum cleaner, or clean house, it's we realize we have to keep going. Dark to light. Because sometimes, I mean, for a couple of years, you just wonder to yourself, when is this going to be over? When is this going to be over? But obviously, we understand. Obviously, Q is a military intelligence dissemination operation. Keyword dissemination, right?
Yeah, that's Q drop 3414. Only anons can fully appreciate the continued validations, confirmations through covert series of mathematically impossible coincidences means in order to maintain structural integrity. Wheels up.
Yeah, I just got chills. I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I have got a little video here. What you were just saying before that, Megan, about people waking up. If you want to just play this, Chaz, it's only a minute long, but it's perfect.
Can I just go through the stuff that I was going to talk about with Chuck Grassley just quickly? I just well, obviously we've got Ezra Cohen Watnick there sharing this this post, National Treasure, and of course he was very much involved in the whole military operation. And then Grassley was talking about his 1966 Electrolux being broke. Electrolux, can't say it. And we look at post 1966. Somebody's asked, will it be glorious? In my humble opinion, sir, it already is. And basically they're saying, in our opinion, until those responsible are dead and or suffering, it shall remain will be. So, it's just a message to say that things are in progress. But then I saw this one, which made me laugh. Chuck Grassley said, my friend in Sioux City met me in Fort Dodge to deliver his 17-year-old Hoover vacuum. I thanked him and appreciated his gift. After I get a chance to use it, I will report how Beth in Beth means house, doesn't it? I will report on how Beth 2 compares to Beth 1. So I just love the way he communicates with us. What I wanted to ask you guys is, we see Trust Grassley, but there was also Trust Ray, Christopher Ray. At the moment, we're not seeing a great deal of reason to trust him. I mean, I've got an idea of why we should trust him. What do you think?
Disinformation is real and distractions are necessary.
Look,
maybe.
I couldn't tell you about Ray one way or the other, but there's all these people. It started off, didn't it, with Trump having a massive spat with Jeff Sessions. Now we all know Jeff Sessions is behind the scenes working hard to do all these things with Huber and stuff, and maybe Horowitz that we've heard in the drops. But it's I couldn't tell you. There's all this stuff with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham came out, and I've talked about this, and Winkle flags and non-Winkle flags, and some people go, oh, he has non-Winkle flag, he must have been a good guy. That's not necessarily so. But Lindsey Graham was playing golf with Trump all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If that is Trump, and that was Lindsey Graham, that's where they do most of their business. It's
and he was Jag, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was indeed, and everyone just needs to realise, that some of these people we think are good are going to be bad. And
exactly. They say a lot of times too that some people that we think are dead are really alive. Do you believe that?
Yes, they're all in Valhalla having a pina colada.
Valhalla, yep.
I don't go too far down that road. I don't go too far down that road.
It makes me think that people are alive that I would like to be alive. But
I mean,
that's where it gets a gray area.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be happy to find out.
Is the movie, but some of it is real life.
I don't think it matters, to be honest.
I mean,
it doesn't matter that much.
It does matter because if you want to heal the world, because there's a lot of shit coming out. If you want to heal the world, it won't be Trump saying if you bring somebody back from the dead, what's biblical, of course, how good would it to bring Lady Di back, maybe, or Michael Jackson or JFK?
I believe there's a few celebrities, obviously, and I think that the reason with their part, and you guys can let me know if you agree, I think that they were a part of the exposure within Hollywood and the music industry and the satanic elements that go on and the things that we are, in the past couple of years that obviously anons woke up first, but we had to wake up so that we can help the others wake up, because that's going to be a really hard pill for like a lot of people to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking earlier, Megan, about Vincent Fusco, and you didn't know what question to ask him, you didn't ask him, "Are you John Denver?" Did you?
I didn't ask him. I didn't ask him that. But Vincent's good people. I love Vincent. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's more than one person playing Vincent Fusco, to be honest, because there's different heights, if you will. Just like that Joe Biden. You remember that Joe Biden they had at the White House? He was like 6'6".
Yeah.
But I think I also think that is intentional too, so that later when they do really declass a lot of things, they can show, well, look how easily we fooled you guys with this, and we did this, and in the public they just continue on with it.
Yeah.
And one other thing
when I said that it didn't matter. It's a funny delay. I'm sorry about this. When I said it didn't matter, in my view, I mean, it doesn't matter to me right now. It does matter, and it will matter as and when this happens. But I think it's all part of only having a certain amount of sort of space, in my head to comprehend and to work with.
I don't want to let myself go there.
Maybe I'm like Megan. Yeah. But I'll be happy to see it all play out. Absolutely. Do you want me to share this thing that you have got here, Stu?
Oh yeah, it's just a quick 1-minute video. What we were talking about earlier. It's good. And even though this is very true, I wouldn't change it for the world.
It's not that one, is it? Was it that one?
He's gone.
Who's gone?
You've booted him. You've booted Stu.
Oh, for God's sake!
There he is.
Too much
Come
stuff
back.
here.
There he is.
Yeah, I was just saying, even though this is very true, and I wouldn't change it.
I can't hear sound. Yeah, I wonder what that.
There's no way I'm going back.
We can't hear you.
Web pill. Can you not hear me? Let me play the video.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
You're muted now. You're muted, Stu.
It's because he's got the video on.
I'm just going to play the video. All right.
Go on then.
I don't see.
Not a single one of you wants to hear this. Once you become conscious, life stops being fun and it becomes a curse. Try watching a movie. You can't. Your brain instantly detects the propaganda, the messaging, the psychological fingerprints of whoever funded that script. Try going to a party. Everyone looks like an NPC running outdated software. It's a circus of insecurity held together by dopamine withdrawals and fake confidence. Try going on a date. You don't see her. You see the father wound, the validation addiction, every insecurity pretending to be a personality. Consciousness does not set you free. It isolates you. It disconnects you from the clown world everyone else is still pretending is normal. Once you see the code behind the simulation, you can't unsee it ever again. All that's left is silence and the cold comfort of knowing it's the only thing that isn't lying to you.
Yeah. Cool.
That is very accurate.
I hear you now, Stu.
Good.
Yeah. I'm just going to move on and just show you this because it bloody made me laugh. We've obviously got a new installed Prime Minister. I don't know if you have this game in the States. What is the game? What is the game show? I can't remember what it is. It's they have contestants on and they have to sort of guess what the most popular answer is. And so there's got Andy Burnham here. And we asked 1,000 people what is needed to sort out the immigration problem. You said ban barbecues. And this is where I think the white hats are having a laugh. I think they've always had a bit of a laugh, haven't they?
Yeah, it's family fortunes, isn't it? But did you get? The? Yeah, I think so. Did you get the emergency alert come to your phone when that happened?
No, because I've turned them off. But we would have done. I think as a family, we all turned it off.
Well, I'll tell you what. If the EBS does go off, it doesn't matter if your alerts are turned on or off.
They isolated a lot of people. A lot of people are not. A lot of people are not the same. I mean, how could you be? And not even that. Think about right now.
Yeah.
Think about all the normies that are actually waking up, just finding out that the COVID thing was it wasn't a lie. So that makes them probably think about their family members or other people, friends and family that maybe were different than they were or woke up before they did. And then they have to think to themselves, wow, I'm the one that got psyoped. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a lot of people, and maybe they didn't get to make things right before it was the end. I mean, there's just a lot of different tentacles of the harm that they've caused on the world, not just, obviously just not the US, but the world in general.
Don't forget, Megan, the fact that...
And as we see now, I mean, you see the vaccine mandates in general, Trump is making it so that the children are going to be able to go to school and you don't have to get 72 vaccines anymore, Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it went from 71 to 11. Yeah, I can hear you.
It went from, it was 71,
I thought it went 11. 71 to 11, right? Those numbers.
I mean, and when you look at I think Trump was just talking about it earlier in the week about autism and the rates of autism. And if you ever look at a map, when they show the United States and they show the autism cases, when you look around the coasts, you'll see that there's more cases around the coast. That's very interesting. That's not by accident. Just like the fires in Florida. I believe that's laser, HARP, it's something, they don't just start out of nowhere. But again, it's all part of the machine.
Don't forget, Megan, as well, a lot of these people that are waking up now, it's not only the fact that they're having these red pill moments and
I feel bad that he can't hear us.
Can you not hear me?
Don't hear you.
I'm going out. I'll be back in a minute.
You can hear him? Maybe it's just me then.
I can hear you.
I'm going out.
Come back in. Let me sign out and come back in.
Okay. Go out and come back in again. Meanwhile, I'll show this picture.
Charles, take away the chat.
Yeah, mate.
Take away the chat. Oh, okay. Did that make a difference?
Hello, you guys can hear me.
Stu gone. I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah,
where's Megan gone?
Who builds these mega?
Stephen can't hear me. I'm going out and I'm coming back. All right.
I can hear you.
I think we're good now.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. It's probably because I'm hacked. I'm not joking. I'm hacked at a very high level. They're in everything.
I'm happy to blame you, Megan.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think it's me probably.
I'll take it.
All right. I was just basically saying that a lot of people are waking up now, and it's not only the fact they're having their red pill moments. A lot of people are scared now because a lot of people took this in their arms, and they're starting to think, "Oh my God, what was that?"
Yeah. And do you think this boat is waking a few people up as well?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Who builds these things, these mega dinghies?
It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. They're taking the piss. I thought we had a navy.
I believe a lot of what you're seeing with this immigration and stuff is not happening as they're telling.
I think that too. I 100% think that too.
I think, look, Trump has made worldwide deals with this military alliance. You don't think that leaving the Taliban 85 billion worth of equipment was just something Joe Biden did? No, that was all old equipment. You look at the Taliban now; they're not just running around with cloth around their heads and AK-47s. They are a military unit. I believe a lot of these people that are. Look, there's criminals amongst them and stuff like that. We're seeing loads of fuckery going on all around, with rapes and stabbings and stuff like that. But I believe a lot of these people are military men that are being installed all around the world for when the storm happens. And, you know, whether we're going to see the tweet again properly, you know, because we have had my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us a few years ago, didn't we?
They keep teasing us with that, though. They tease us all the time with that, with these government sites. They keep making us the storm. I'm like, all right, it's here.
Well, General Flynn
it needs to be exactly this. It said exactly this, though, didn't it?
We are the storm.
My fellow Americans. Yeah,
now we don't hear Charles Foxtrot.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
It's probably me.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Can we all hear? Put your hands up if we can all hear Chaz.
Where's Megan's gone again?
Yeah, I think you should go out and come back, Chaz. Mind you won't do that. You'll shut the show down.
I probably will. This is hard work trying to make everything work. I can't seem to make anything work at all. It's ridiculous. But where's Megan? There she is. Come on, then. Come back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm hacked. That's why. Good thing already in real time. Like I make sure that I document all of the things that go on, but it's not by accident that that's happening.
So I was going to get a website up, but people say, you know, things like, oh, nothing's happening, you know, where's all the arrests? And we've spoken about this over, you know, several shows, but I was going to get the website up, but
I've got it. I've got it up. Chaz, I've got it up.
Okay, so
I've got the up-to-date one here.
Yeah, you got it. Good stuff.
Take yours off and put mine up.
Yeah, all right. Hold on. God, I need a producer. I had one at one point. Are you there now? No, there.
This is why I like this show, you see, because I could sit here and do nothing. I'm always doing the production on our show.
And blame me. And blame me. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so seemingly there's I don't know, 500,000-600,000 sealed indictments.
Sealed.
Yeah.
Sealed remain. So I don't know whether that means like 80,000 are being opened. Sealed remain is 594,000. Right.
Yeah. And do you know what? For every sealed indictment, that could be 1 to 99 individuals in any one sealed indictment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we are talking potentially
millions.
Sort of 60 million arrests, right? If that is the case.
Yes.
And it goes that far.
Yes.
6 million.
Now, a sealed indictment can remain sealed forever, pretty much. There's no limit on it. And I was trying to do some research just to make sure that there is this sort of evidence of numbers of sealed indictments. Funnily enough, I was using AI on WhatsApp, and I asked if there was public access to the numbers of sealed indictments. And then it gave me an answer, and it said, no, not exactly. And then it suddenly just decided to say, I'm sorry, I can't give you this information at the moment, which I thought was really interesting. Yeah, but I mean, they talk about, statutes of limitation, don't they? But this is what's so great about what's happening and why people aren't being arrested now. They're basically making people cover up their crimes, which basically starts any statute of limitation again, because they're still in the process of committing the crime by covering it up.
And don't they give you a choice? Cool. Like, you can do the right thing. That's why they call it white male. Like, if you're bad, they're going to make you play your part, and they can make it so maybe that it doesn't ever even come public what you did, because whatever agreement that they have, so that it doesn't embarrass your family and all of those different things, I think are a possibility.
Yeah. And
I
don't think there's any one big what?
I said it's one big blacklist, isn't it? Really?
Yes. And of course, they're waiting for the midterms, aren't they? So that they can get rid
Legally.
of the corrupt judiciary and replace them and legally. Exactly, that's what it's about.
By the
That's
book.
what Q says.
By the book.
Ideally,
Midterms
do it by
are
the
safe.
book. Ideally, do it by the book. Yeah, they're safe. Yeah.
Do you guys think that
I agree.
I'm seeing
Because-
different things? People say that they think that the 10 days of darkness will come before that.
It might well do. I
That's
think
what I
we've
think.
seen so much D-class. We've been in D-class for years, right? But this D-class...
The past 3 months have been ramped up.
Yeah, really, really ramping up. Are we going to have a midterm? Are we not? Between, July the 4th and November the 3rd, that's 120 days. We talk about Nasara being called, and there's so much to this. But even Fauci the other day, a lot of people said to me, oh, see, nothing's happening. It's nothing bad, because they don't understand how big it was for him to plead the Fifth Amendment 111 or 112 times, how much it was.
111. Come on.
Now, all these people are going, we were meant to trust the science, and you won't answer a question. And then he's one of his closest advisors has just been arrested, hasn't he? Morins, I think his name was.
But Stu, this whole Nasara Jassar thing, if it's true, I mean, I still have my doubts. I'm a bit on the fence there, but you can't declare Nasara Jassar when 99% of the majority of the people in the world don't know there's a war going on.
But I don't even call it that anymore. I call it Trump Nasara. Right?
Okay, but even if it's Trump Nasara, what have you?
Whatever it's going to be, we are seeing bits of it rolled out anyway. Do you know what I mean, with the medical industry and stuff? But I do believe one of these stipulations of this is going
the banking system in general.
Yeah,
but we need a precipice moment, Stu, for everybody. Individual that we will all have to have that precipice experience.
But what is the precipice experience going to be? Is it going to be like a nuclear standoff? Is it going to be a new Cuban Missile Crisis?
Financial.
Is it going to be a banking collapse? Yeah, where it hits everyone in the pocket. Is the EBS going to be a scare event? That you don't know, but it's all coming, and we can all feel something big, can't we? We've been waiting for a long time, but it's getting closer and closer.
All day long, I'm just seeing D-class, and maybe we're a little bit different because our minds are, wired a different way than the average person that's not even paying attention to any of this stuff.
Yeah.
But if anything, I mean, you would think COVID would be the thing that would really wake everybody up. Nobody's hardly even talking about it.
I mean, they eat babies.
I know.
People are more concerned about a red card at a World Cup final or what have you than elites or deletes eating babies. I mean, that should shock the world. But
you see what they're doing right now with
cognitive
Planned
dissonance.
With Planned Parenthood. So even with that, they have to be careful about the way that they're delivering that information, right? I'm seeing different headlines right now. Where they are exposing Planned Parenthood. They're exposing them. I think it was I think USC. It was different universities that they have these agreements with, and it's taxpayer funded. But I mean, it's really dark stuff, and it's the underbelly, and it's the stuff that everyday people they don't think about that, or their cognitive dissonance. They would never want to think that kind of evil exists. But it goes back to biblical times, You think about in the United States, how we've learned for those textbooks, McGraw-Hill, about Ghislaine Maxwell's father. He owned Pergamon Press. Pergamon is where they used to do the human sacrifices. It's all connected. It's pretty unbelievable. And the crazier thing is when they say it's right in your face, a lot of different things, whether the symbolism will be their downfall and whatnot, it's actually really it's really true. Once you put those, glasses on and you realize things from the other perspective. Yeah. But I do think that as anons, we have a role, and it's to help humanity, with the awakening. And I really hope that, there's a lot of people that have done a lot of good work in this movement. And I hate to say this, but I see a lot of infighting with the anons, and I feel like that's going to discredit us. And I don't want to see that happen.
Oh, yeah.
And also some of these people that claim to be OG anons and they're just doing things that you're really just just nasty to each other. You know, it's not what we should be doing.
Yeah.
But Satan is very clever, huh? He's dividing
absolutely.
us.
Absolutely.
He's dividing us. He's doing a great job dividing us, and it's terrible what you say, Megan. It's really terrible. But, yeah.
Can I just ask you, Megan? Could you imagine where we would be, right, if the white hat military was doing all this behind the scenes and we hadn't had the Q drops? I mean, people like us would. We have got
they wouldn't be able to understand it. They would digest it a completely different way because they're normal. That way of life, that just like I thought that was normal, and that everybody thought was normal. I thought the police were good, and the judiciary is good, and I thought, you know, I didn't know that the medical system was the way that it is. You know, and there obviously is so many layers because really it's our whole existence. Everything about our existence has been a lie, and also we're all debt slaves. You know, usury. You're born, you get your identification number, and you're a slave.
Yeah. Without Q, we would all think that Trump's woken up one morning and decided to bomb Iran, wouldn't we? We would think he's just starting a war.
Well,
we wouldn't realise that it's about the British imperial stranglehold over the world, you know, and the
because that's not what they're not teaching us that in school. They're not teaching these kids about any of that. There's no truth to anything that they're teaching in these schools. You know, it's just about how to obey and how they can control and how the government can control.
Yeah. I mean, we have got a script to the movie, right? But we're the only ones watching it. We've seen the ending, right? Before it's happened. So this is why we can remain comfy AF and watch this unfold and try and wake up our fellow human man and woman. You know, you can't wake anyone up. The truth is learned, never told, you know, but you can still plant seeds every day and every minute you're talking.
And the more that we connect what is happening to the current timeline of the news cycle, that's why I try to do that a lot with Q posts and whatever is happening in the news cycle. So I can just try to, you know, and obviously everybody's interpretation of drops and different things is all different too, right?
Yeah.
You got people on here, they get to arguing with each other. I don't like all that.
Not me neither.
Where we go on, we go all. It's all good. We all have the same goal, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you just need to break it down to simple sort of elements. Like the most simple element from Q is that this is a systematic destruction of the old guard.
The old guard.
Systematic. Yeah. Everyone needs to remember. If it's systematic, things aren't going to happen when you want it to happen. Things are going to happen in stages, and it's going to be slow. And we've got to do this before we do this. So we're not going to arrest people until we've, you know, taken away the funding for the deep state and then their leverage over terrorism
and actually exposing to the public. Right, and exposing to the public just how it works and the tentacles of it so that they can actually understand. Because you could tell somebody anything. You could tell a child, don't touch the stove. It's hot. You're going to burn yourself. The child's going to touch the stove because they don't know any better. So unless you show them and then you have to actually educate and you know, that's why we see everything that's playing out. And when we talk about disinformation is necessary, I do think that's truthful. How else could this whole thing be playing out the way it's playing out? And we're able to refer back to drops if we weren't definitely 100% in some kind of plan. You know?
It's the art of war. It's deception.
The art of war.
It's the art of the deal.
Great
it's
book.
all of those things. So we're not supposed to understand what's going on, but at least we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it is pretty unbelievable, this plan, though. There's nothing ever like it in the history of ever, I don't think.
It's mind-blowing. It's the most sophisticated.
It's
biblical. It is biblical. I think Q is on a par with the Bible in some ways. I think Q will be taught in schools for sure in the future. It'll be a subject because
people will write books about it.
It's so big.
Q gospel,
Yeah.
People write books about it.
Yeah, I've got the Gospel of Q.
Yeah,
I know Q hasn't posted on the board for a long time, but Q's never stopped posting. You've just got to know where to look. And you know what you were saying earlier about the Department of War. Sorry to keep you waiting, Patriots. He's got under that complicated business. Yeah, you know.
He's talking to us. I think he's definitely talking to us.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a brilliant one recently. I don't know which department it was, which said activation word Ronald McDonald. I don't know if you remember, but
that was in that video.
But Elon put out exactly. That was in the same video, the same font, and made by the same people who made the restore video, where the O turned into a Q.
29-second mark,
which was. Yeah, and I knew you'd know that.
There's so many. That was like the highlight of my summer, I think, is seeing like these government sites start posting Q. I was excited like a kid on Christmas.
And that's when I stopped. That's when I stopped digging. As soon as I saw all that happening, I personally didn't feel the need to go digging anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe because I just run out of steam. Maybe I'll just run out of steam. But once the White House and the government departments were actually posting Q, or Q was posting through them, I knew, job done. This is nothing can stop what is coming. Should we say that?
Nothing.
Anyway, I was just going to bring, nothing. I was going to bring this up, which I thought was fantastic. Just a beautiful, beautiful sting where Elon's now going to publicly post the government's reasons for
when they ban you or block you if it's government censored. Yeah, good.
Which is just bloody brilliant. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic, because I think one of the things that it's mainly EU governments are sort of saying there's no transparency or whatever. Well, I think he's put all of the algorithm out on public access, but to publish which governments are banning what posts and on what basis just blew my mind. But then Elon posted this as well, where he said there is a potential future that is super amazing. We all fight hard to achieve it. So he obviously meant if we all fight hard to achieve it. And then if we look at the
I love that drop. Crossing the Delaware.
Yeah, exactly. And then we can look at this post that Elon did in November 22 of his bedside table with the same image and the flintlock gun and this, and there's a few other things in it, and I think the can's all sort of arranged in a certain way. But I just have to show this again, because this is the moment that I knew Elon was a goodie and even part of the whole Q operation when he posted this.
Pepe the Frog.
I love that.
Yeah.
Only people of culture can see. When did you post that? I've never seen that before.
I think it was May 22. It was before he bought Twitter, obviously. And a lot of people, I was always saying Musk is a good guy, and I don't actually believe in the Musk 1 and the Musk 2. Anyway, but I was always saying he's a good guy. I've seen too many videos of him like 20 years ago. It's the same guy. Mm-hmm. It's the same guy. I think there's confirmation bias. I think if you want to see,
I asked Elon when I did that interview the night before the 2024 election, because Elon had a court case with the DA, believe it or not, because Elon, he was given $100 to everybody that switched from Democrat to Republican. And by the way, he really did do that. He really did send them $100 check. So the DA tried to sue him. I actually asked Elon that night before when I was on Julian. I said, Elon has a PAC for your First and Second Amendment. I want to know if Elon will help me fight for my First and Second Amendment rights.
Yeah. Do you remember when Elon changed his name on Twitter to KeyCast Maximus?
Yes.
Yes.
It's classic.
What was the other one he did? The dark MAGA?
Yeah, he was wearing
the dark black hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that was a marker, wasn't it? That was a marker that led up to the black eye, which was the switch from Doge to Trump's in the Epstein files. There's a great Q post where
wasn't X pulling his mask or something like it? He's sitting on his shoulders, pulling his mask. Elon Musk.
That's a necklace. Elon Musk.
Isn't it crazy how you look at everything now? I look at the women if they're wearing a scarf now. Like I'm looking for, and if you obviously we're in it, so we've seen a lot of different videos. Do you ever see when they scratch or something, you just see everything moving? You're like,
yeah,
that doesn't look natural.
But X was sitting on his shoulders in the Oval Office, and he had his black cap on, and he had his black eye, I think, and X was pulling at his mask. You could see it. He was,
and they probably do that on purpose. Like they want us to get the hint. Like if you know, kind of thing.
When Trump was serving these Big Macs as well, you could see him from the rear side, and you could.
I think there's multiple Trumps, 100%.
Yeah, that was
There's definitely multiple Trumps.
Look at that picture I sent you, the one where I'm wearing the white outfit. So that was his Super Bowl party, right?
Totally
the day before that, I was at a different event. You didn't gain or lose 30 or 40 pounds overnight. There's no way that can happen.
That was what I answered.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I was at two different
events
within 12 hours of each other. It's not the same person.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I was going to say that, but I didn't want to sort of, we have a saying, piss on your chips. It's a terrible saying, but I didn't want to say, I don't think that Trump you're with.
No, it wouldn't offend me.
Steal your thunder.
It would never offend me.
Because there's a smile one of the Trumps has, which has much bigger teeth.
Yeah, and he does this all the time as well with his thumb.
Yeah,
I think that's when I really noticed.
Wow.
12 hours later at another event, and I was like, that's not the same person. No way.
No,
and
I don't think we've seen
taller and more lean.
Sorry, I don't think we've seen a lot of the real Trump.
I think you could be right about that.
He did that speech in front of them 17 washing machines at Whirlpool, and I think that was in late 2020 when I'm upsetting some really big people now. The middle, all this sort of stuff.
You're not going to see me for a hell of a long time.
Might not see me for a while, and then he was back a day or two later. I was going, hold up a minute. Yeah. Yeah, but look, if he's the most important person in this military operation, apart from all the soldiers that are going into tunnels and everything, and everyone involved in this takedown, right? You have to keep him safe. POTUS is 100% insulated.
I was going to say, which Q drop is that? Huh?
Didn't they say something about the Cheyenne Mountain?
4 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. But by the way, you're not going to tell you're not going to tell the enemy where you are. So I don't think it'll be Cheyenne Mountain either.
No. Don't you love when the reporters ask him like certain things about like a war or whatever? They're like, he's not going to answer the question of what their next move is. What sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
You saw him yell at that reporter. Did you see him yell at the reporter the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
Fabulous.
Who are you from? CNN. Big news.
Yeah. I just want to say to anyone who's sent messages in and what have you, I really appreciate it. I've struggled to actually sort of see anything that I should have shared, but it's very hard, isn't it, guys? Sort of doing all this and dealing with pictures and
you're the producer
voices
today. I'm not the
and
producer.
watching.
He's not the producer. It's good.
Yeah, man. I know. I thought Steve and Stu were going to be shouting out, comments and what have you. But have you noticed any?
No, we want Megan to
do. We should share.
No, I've been concentrating on the chat really, but we can, like I say, StreamYard's got a new feature where we'll be able to download and export the chat afterwards. I always go through the chat, see what people are saying, but I'll show you how to do that after the show.
Okay, afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to wind down now-ish just because I can't cope with the delay. But what we always do at the end is we play a little game, Megan. And there's like a.
Shall we play a game once more?
Yeah, exactly. And I had something lined up, but I've changed my mind at the last minute. And so because we've spoken about COVID quite a lot, my cunning little game is I'm going to read out statements from some baddies in the world of entertainment, and some of the statements that they've said about us dirty unvaccinated, and I'm doing this in the spirit of never letting them be forgotten or forgiven. So, I mean, keep an eye out. Maybe if anybody wants to sort of suggest who they are. I've actually taken this from my first book.
No,
so,
you don't get choices. We don't get choices. We just have to guess.
I'm plugging it. Yeah, you have to guess. You have to guess. So this first one, you may or may not remember them. You're willing to walk amongst us, unvaccinated. You are the enemy. Anyone?
I've no idea who that is.
Gene Simmons.
Can you say male or female?
And I've just given the answer. But the next one, it was Gene Simmons, and after that quote, I just said, Simmons, kiss my ass. Anyway, next one. I'll tell you whether it's male or female, and keep an eye out on people. People might be sending.
I have a video of him being inappropriate to me. Remind me to send you that.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna laugh. It's at a concert.
I'll watch like that. Oh, okay. Next one. When are we going to stop putting up with idiots in this country and say it's mandatory to get vaccinated? Fuck them. Fuck their freedom.
De Niro.
Schwarzenegger.
Male.
Piers Morgan.
It was how you're coming up with names that might come later on. Howard Stern. He said Stern.
Who the hell's Howard Stern?
Serpent.
Do you want to laugh? I was Miss Howard TV 2008, the same month that Obama got voted in. Isn't that ironic?
I think you're going to be connected to every single person I read out.
So weird. Strange.
Okay, next one. Love the idea of COVID vaccine passports for everywhere. Flights, clubs, gyms, shops. It's time COVID denying anti-vaxxer loonies had their bullshit bluff called.
De Niro?
No.
Damn.
I basically said, okay, Mr. Potato Head. Might give you a clue what he looked like.
Schiff.
You mentioned him earlier, Stu.
What? Piers Morgan.
Yeah. Flies with the wind. You haven't got one right yet. Okay. Don't have the vaccine, can't go to supermarket, can't go to the ball game, can't go to work, no shirt, no shoes, no service. American. Male.
Watch, it's going to be the one I've been saying.
TV host. I think you mentioned him.
Anyway, not Jimmy Kimmel.
No, the other one, if there is another one.
With the glasses.
Lemon. I can't remember his first name.
Oh, God.
What's his name? Lemon.
Ugh. Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, yeah. Yeah, I said lemonades, anyone? Anyway. Who gets an ICU bed? Vaccinated person, come right in. Unvaccinated person who gobbled horse goo, rest in peace. Wheezy.
That's Kimmel.
That was Kimmel. Somebody got one right. You got one right. I don't know what you win. I'll send you a pen.
Of course you went to a Q post.
You'll get this one as well. The pen. That's
what I just looked. I'm saying that because I was just going like that and I saw the pen.
Thank you. Yeah, you can on my website. There's a audio.
There's that picture.
There's the whole chapter in audio. Yeah. Thanks for showing that. That's brilliant. That, by the way, that's for sale in all good bookshops. No, it's not. It's you have to go to my website. It will become the greatest story ever told,
ladies and gentlemen. The greatest story ever told.
It will.
Great book.
Where's Stu gone? Thank you very much. Okay. Screw your freedom. Hey! It was Schwarzenegger.
I was just doing that.
I wrote, go now. I wrote Schwarzenegger. Gonad the Barbarian. Right, hold on. There's a few more. I've got it on my phone. In all my time in public life, I have never come across a group of so blinkered and dangerous as anti-vaxxers. British politician.
Starmer?
British politician. No.
Oh, no. It's
the one who...
It's not woman, is it?
Oh,
the one who cried on telly. The one who cried because he couldn't get hold of any ventilators. Hancock.
Oh,
Hancock, the voice of treason. Yeah. There's
Matt.
about another 10.
Is that the guy that was caught in the lift?
Exactly. Yeah, snogging someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they all did that though, didn't they? Even Professor, God, what's his name? The one who actually came out with all the statistics. He was caught twice going out for a shag during lockdown, wasn't he?
Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson. Yeah. The best gift we can offer our families this Christmas is to refuse to meet them.
It's horrible.
It's got big teeth. English. She used to have a program called That's Life.
Esther Rancid.
Esther Rancid. Should be called That's Death. Okay, this is an interesting one. To love one another, as Jesus said, get vaccinated, get boosted.
I would like to see where Jesus said that at.
Jesus quote. Yeah, exactly.
Where?
Actually,
and the crazier part is, I feel like people just go along with it. I don't know.
Exactly. That's what I said. It was a lesser known
That's
Jesus
a pretty
quote.
crazy statement to say in general, right? You would think that should be a crazy thing to say in general, and it should be everywhere, but that's how the controlled...
The Archbishop of Canterbury said that. The Archbishop of Canterbury said that. You have no right not to take a COVID vaccine. You have no right not to wear a mask. You have no right to open up your businesses. American lawyer. Surprising, actually. American Jewish name lawyer.
Yeah, he was in Welcome Aboard Ellen, not Dershowitz.
Yes, well done. Well done. This will be an English one that you probably won't know of, but I don't want the unvaccinated sitting next to me in a theatre, near me, or on the same train carriage. Fuck off then.
No,
Edwina.
Edwina Curry.
Edwina. Yes. I just wrote the feelings mutual. Shredder. No, Shedder. Sorry, not Shredder. This was the most hurtful one. All the unvaccinated are idiots. That's the best he could come up with. Used to be a British Prime Minister. Probably the deepest. Probably he's been penetrated more than anyone else by Klaus Schwab.
Stormy.
Blair.
Tony Blair.
Just a couple more. I don't know if anybody's seeing any comments, whether anybody's sending anything in. No. We are going to end this pandemic by proceeding with the vaccination. There is still a part of the population fiercely against it. They don't believe in science or progress and are very often misogynistic, I can never say that, and racist. They take up some space. This leads us as a leader and as a country to make a choice. Do we tolerate these people? A prime minister said that. Male, a prime minister. It sits on top of the USA. And he seems to think that
Canada, the one that's with Kerry. Why am I drawing a blank today?
Oh yeah, Justin
Trudeau.
Do
you want to know something crazy?
He basically go on.
They're doing so in my development where I live, new construction. I built my house 8 years ago. There's this area that's like an industrial area where it used to be like Sunoco used to own it. They're doing a land deal over there, and Justin Trudeau's name is on there, and the governor of Pennsylvania. And I'm just thinking to myself, I just think it's crazy that they get to do these deals. And obviously, it's not normal. It shouldn't be, or maybe it's for optics. No, I'm not sure.
But I mean, But they're definitely going through the pain and leverage phase as well. They know that the walls are closing in. But anyway, he seems to think that those of us who didn't want one of these in our arms were obviously misogynistic and racist as well. So
and where's the account? Even though everything has come out about COVID, right? You would think that these clips, all of the quotes that you're saying right now, they should be able to come back up. And we should be able to hold these people accountable because of the damage that they did and all the judgment that had to come upon us.
Yeah. Well, these quotes must never be forgotten and they must never be forgiven for making them. I've got about 4 more. Okay. The vaccine's been tested for all ethnicities. It's safe. Trust the experts. Don't trust your mate down the pub or conspiracies online.
Well, it's definitely somebody from the UK.
A black comedian,
said me.
English. Yeah.
Or the boxer
is an English comedian, but I actually say it's the way you tell him he's the comedian's comedian because he's the most unfunny comedian ever. Black guy.
Lenny Henry.
Come on, Stu. Yes. Lenny Henry. Yeah. He's never, ever, ever been funny.
Was it Lenny Henry?
The only one who laughs at his jokes is him. Anyway. Right.
Was it Lenny Henry?
Yeah.
Oh,
I said Lenny Henry.
Yes. And I said yes.
It was a good...
Right, 3 more. 3 more. I hope all out there in the Twitterverse that at the moment of your death, your final words are not, I wish I had gotten the vaccine. That's obviously not English, is it?
No, I don't know who that is. These people.
Female actress got a very trans son or daughter.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's most of them in Hollywood.
Female actress.
That's most of them.
Yeah, I know.
Angelina Jolie,
Jamie Lee
Theron.
Curtis.
Oh,
No,
yeah, I wouldn't have guessed
Jamie
that
Lee Curtis.
How about her with her weird art? You ever saw that art? I said.
Oh no. I basically said if she thinks that I'm going to be saying the word gotten on my deathbed, she's got nothing coming. I don't think I've ever said gotten.
But maybe that's part of
2 more.
Maybe that's part of the declass is that they have to be able to show us how they use celebrities and they use people that have influence, right?
Yeah.
To promote whatever the narrative is that they want at the time. So maybe that's, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, but you get it.
They thought you would follow the stars.
There's a theory in there somewhere. Well, this is it. That's what they thought. Why shouldn't we it's time to punish Britain's 5 million vaccine refuseniks. Why shouldn't we curb some of their freedoms?
That's not Jeremy Vine, is it?
No, it's Andrew Neil. Anyway, last one. It's only the idiots who don't take the vaccine, the moronic idiots. You wouldn't know him, Megan.
Okay.
This was the late James Whale.
Oh, yeah.
I remember listening to him and his sidekick, and they were just nasty. Anyway, so that's it. And I think that's probably long enough for everybody. Thank you for coming on, Megan. That was brilliant.
Can I just say something?
Thank you, Stu, and thank you.
Nice to meet you, Megan.
Go on then.
Very nice to meet you guys too.
Can I just say something quickly? Megan, you were talking earlier about you were at a summit with General Flynn, and it was, a lot about.
It was an event that they had at Mar-a-Lago, actually. Yeah. But it was the first time that they had confirmed in a public way, that these things do go on with the children, that the government was a part of some of the trafficking, and it was just really hard truths. I mean, everybody was crying by the end, but you could just tell from the mainstream media's reaction, QAnon conspiracy theorists, ABC News is reporting on it. Listen, you're not acting like that if it's not a threat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just want to say we've got another one coming up. If you go back and watch the start of the show, we did a little segment on it. It's called The Awakening Summit coming up, and it's theawakeningsummit.org. And we have got an event in Clearwater Beach in Florida, October the 16th, 17th and 18th in like 57 days time. We've got about 30 speakers. There's a lot about child trafficking there and human trafficking, but we've got many names. But I did a little bit at the start, but that our website is live. We've got a few little changes to make, but all the speakers are on there, all the stuff.
And where can I see that at? PatriotsAcrossThePond.com?
No. If you just go on theawakeningsummit.org.
Okay.
I mean, we're promoting it on all our shows now, and we did a little bit at the start. But yeah, this is coming up, and
I'll send it to you.
There's some big names there, and we've got some other people coming as well that will be behind the scenes.
And you guys are going to be in Clearwater. You know what else is in Clearwater, right?
Tell me.
Do you know what's in Clearwater,
Isn't
Florida?
it the
I don't want to get attacked by anybody.
Scientology?
It's the main hub for the Church of Scientology.
Oh, is it indeed?
And
well,
I only know that I have family that lives there, and I remember when I was a kid, I was just like, "Who are these people?" It's just like it's cultish.
That's all right. Maybe
I think they're in Clearwater.
It's a perfect place to have an awakening summit.
They're on the beach.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys. I'm going to wrap up now, partly because I'm desperate to go into that room next door.
Very nice to
but
talk
if you guys
to
stay on, that's right.
Yeah.
Stay on, Megan, and when it shows, we'll have a quick sort of goodbye and everything. But I'm going to hit the end now, so it'll play out with a video. But see you guys in about 5 minutes.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
We love you.
Till the next time. Bye bye.
Where we go one, we go all.
We certainly do.